Me? Hello, welcome to Chaotic Calling Streaming, our reboot of Curse of Strahd. We are starting over again, my friends, and I hope you're ready to join us as we get into this. All right, let's see. So we had a draw from the Deck of Many Things Community Challenge. It was stuck at like 4,700 or 47,000 out of 60,000, and I was like, you know what? I'll extend it a week. We'll see what happens. And what happens? We said in 5 minutes, bam, done, over. We want that draw on a fresh new game, a fresh new game. Let's go. And I'm like, okay,
Starting
sure.
off with the deck.
Starting off with the deck. We will get to that momentarily. However, I want to keep reminding you guys, help us out on Stream Raiders. We play Stream Raiders in between session. This is our session 0, so what we're going to be doing is a couple of things. One, we're going to be making characters. We're going to finalize everybody's character, their backgrounds, their story, their classes, everything. After we get that figured out, we're also going to incorporate world building, a little bit of pre-world building as we try to figure out where we're from, how we know each other, what we're going to be doing in order to get to where we're going. And from there, I'm going to take these guys to the wonderful house on the top of the hill where nothing possibly can go wrong. What could go wrong, right? All right, so with that said, if you see me looking down here, it's because my camera's stuck way up there, and I hope to get that fixed soon, but that's the way that's going to look. But let's get into this. First, let me go into my normal intro. I think I wrote an intro for this. So, yep, well, do you hear the calling? Welcome to the Curse of Strahd campaign. Joining me, we have the party that consists of X. Just say hi.
Hello.
Mel.
Hi.
Silver. Silver?
There we
Yeah,
go.
that-
Hello.
Yeah, that's you. Saji Bear.
What's up, guys?
Dravos.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Mitchie.
Hello, all.
And Cookie.
Hello, everybody.
A little bit Cookie. Okay, course for session 0 is to finish up character creation, drop the characters into an adventure hook, and then we try to have everyone know each other. That's what I wrote for my little short and long here. The one thing that we want to do first is roll for stats. Okay, do you guys remember that formula I showed you in Discord?
I certainly
Yep.
do.
Yeah. Copy paste it. This is what it counts. So may the gods be with you. Ooh, nice average for Dravos.
Out of the gate, very good.
Very, very good. Oh.
Do we just put that
Oh,
in,
no.
or do we put R? Do we put /R and then?
No,
that.
you just copy paste it.
Alright.
Yeah.
Can I
Everybody's rolling decent stats.
Hey,
I had to
Oh,
roll like a
wee.
210?
All right, there you go.
here we go. Oh, the first 9 of the game. There you go, Saji Bear. But overall, yeah, those are some really good stats.
Is that an 18? That is an 18.
Somebody got an 18?
Nice.
Where's that at?
Syrian.
Oh, I was
Yeah.
looking for
with an
wrong.
18.
I got an
Fancy.
18, yeah.
And a 16. And a 50.
Yeah, I see some 17s.
Ah, everybody rolled very well.
This could be a very hard to kill you group. All right, cool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's everybody. All right, guys. Go into Character Mancer, and you are allowed to use anything that's in our source materials, but make sure it's in our book. Only thing that is banned is Aarakocras and Blade Singer. Everything else is on the table for you to choose, and I know many of you had all week to think about it, so you guys can go ahead and start building that character out.
Make
Yeah.
sure to turn off customize your origin because
I am glad they put it, for those who have been wondering, like, they actually put a token, or not a token, but they put a button up there that you have to activate and turn it off. So I'm glad they did that, because I don't, that's not going to work in my campaign. The origin thing, they didn't make a strong enough case for that to be viable in my campaign. So, yeah. I might use it for, like, a race that we make up for ourselves, but I would never use it for something that's already made. Like an Aarakocra that has both of his arms broken, so he can't use anything else but his beak. Yeah, I might use it for that. -2 to dexterity, -2 to intelligence because you picked the wrong class. Or the wrong race. You're coming in handicapped, my friend. But yeah, so everybody's got an idea of what they want to do. Everybody's got their names kind of figured out, I hope. Dravo's staring at you, buddy.
Yes, I got it. I'm already done with my character sheet. What are you talking about?
I don't know. But once you're done with that, I want you to also go into settings. Make sure you change your display name to your character name. That way, whenever people are watching, they can see the character's name so they know who to relate to who. And yeah, I will no longer be using your Discord names after tonight. So we're definitely going to go to character names when we get into it. Also, we're going to do our session 0, come up with a way to get everybody in the group. And then we're going to try to drop into the game for a little bit. And then hopefully I'll get him to the wonderful house on top of the hill where nothing ever could go wrong. And that'll be our session 1 when we go Saturday. That's the only one obligation for this group. Saturday at 12 p.m. We're going to be doing our 12-hour stream for charity for St. Jude's. So get ready to help these guys out. They're going to need all the help they can get. I mean, no, they're not going to need help. It's the wonderful place where nothing can happen, right? Nothing wrong. Nothing bad ever happens at the top of the hill. I don't think you know how winking works, Star. I know how winking works. At any rate. So, yeah, these guys have pretty much everything kind of figured out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down the line. I'm going to have you guys... Well, when we're all ready, let me know, like, when you're ready. Type ready in the chat in Roll20. That way I know you're ready.
Aside from it not letting me change my display name.
Well, the display name is on the cogwheel at the top right of the
I know how to get there. It's not letting me change it. It says you are out of character name for this game.
Yeah, I can't get the option
What?
either.
Rip.
On the character sheet or on the display for the Roll20? I'm worried about Roll20.
Okay,
Display for
I
roll
got
20.
it. I got it. I don't know. I just tapped in the name and I didn't click out and I just hit save name because I was
Yeah,
getting the
maybe-
issue where it was resetting my name back.
Yeah, just make
It's
sure you
okay
hit
then.
save name. But yeah, whenever you're ready, just type ready in chat there and Roll20. That way I can kind of like, alright, you go ahead and tell us who you are. Okay. Mr. Draphiticus, make sure you change your actual display name for the Roll20 and not just your character.
That's what I was talking about. It won't let me change.
Oh my god, I can't do that one for you, dude.
Yeah, I
make sure-
know.
yeah, make sure you just click save name instead of clicking out on anything. Like after you're done typing your name, because if you click out, it'll reset it back to what it is.
Yeah. Are you hitting save name at the bottom right there of that display?
I also went out of my settings and went back in.
There you
okay,
go.
there you go.
There you are.
Aha,
There you
it
go.
worked.
You did it.
Now I just gotta
Congratulations.
fix one letter.
Yeah. Go for it. Oh my god, I hate this
Nice.
song. I wish I
The
could delete it.
slapper again.
Alright, I'll be right back. My wife just called me. So.
Alright, let me delete that song out of here. That one's just way too corny for this. Alright, try this again. Yeah, new session, so I have to kind of like go through all my songs to make sure that they're kind of up to where I had them. Like I had to take away certain songs, so I got to make sure I'm keeping an eye on these. Oh, well, yeah. You guys see that draw of many things that we got to do? I got it about ready. I'm just gonna wait for these guys to get finished with their characters before we draw, because yeah, it's not gonna mean anything until after you guys are done.
We're doing equipment.
Do starting gear, no wealth. Yeah, you can pick your starting gear.
Yeah. Tasha's Cauldron of Everything is in the books we have, right?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, cool.
Like I said, the only thing off limit is Blade Singer, as far as that book goes. I think everything else in the other books is fine. I just have a personal vendetta against Blade Singers.
Yeah, I was there when you were talking about it.
Yeah, like the philosophy of Blade Singers doesn't resonate well with me, so yeah.
Right.
As you guys will notice, I have your tokens already made. I have them.
Mhm.
You should be able to drag them out now in your character sheet too. But yeah, these tokens aren't set up properly. But the ones that I made for you, you should be able to drag your character sheet. So, Ralikos, is that how you want to say that, or
Ralikos.
Ralikos? All right. So
Yeah.
Ralikos, let's just say you're in a room by yourself, and the camera kind of like zooms around to check you out. Can you tell us, the viewers, what we're seeing and what you're playing?
So my character is a lot what it looks like in the token. He's a tiefling. His horns are curved. He has red skin. His eyes are black. You probably can't see it that much, but there's like a little bit of a reddish hue. His hair is like that. It's kind of a it's I guess his father was like of I don't know how to say it in game, but like like real life, like African American descent. So his hair is more of that kind of nature and all that, and it's swept to the
Of course.
side.
Of course.
Yeah, of course. There you go.
Yeah.
He's got his beard and all that. And he's about of average build. He's 5'11", weighs 150 something pounds. Pretty average altogether. He is a bard as well.
There we go.
Is there anything else I'm missing out on, or was that good?
Okay. All right, and we are starting at level 1, so look forward to that fun stuff. All right, anybody else ready? We got Mikro, you're next. So Mikro, same thing. If you're like in a solitary room and your character creation, the camera zooms over to you. What are we looking at? What are you?
Mikro is a robed crow that is obviously has black feathers. He just he holds a rapier upon his waist, and it doesn't look more than other than that. It's kind of like a peasantry kind of get-up, in a sense.
Yep, and what class are you playing?
I am playing a rogue.
All right. Anything else you want to tell us, or should I move on?
Just trying to think. Just move on. I can't think of anything else.
Hey, Star, I'm sorry to interrupt.
Yes.
I chose the wrong background. I gotta go back and make the changes on my character sheet.
You should be able to go back to backgrounds if you're still in the character mancer. Otherwise, just go ahead and restart at level 1 and just fix everything from there.
All right.
Do you know how to get into it? Who's asking, by the way?
Saji.
All right, and what's your character's name?
Oh, I can still go back and change it. Never mind.
Yeah, there you go. All right, cool. You got that figured out. All right, and next up on the menu, we have Mr. Dravidicus, because he doesn't want to tell us his first name, Stravos.
Exactly, because Star will kill me.
All right, Mr. Dravidicus. The camera comes out,
So-
character creation, and looks at you. What do we see, and what do you do?
Well, Mr. Davidicus is a 6 foot, 160 pound half drow. I am a paladin. I also am a soldier. And my alignment is neutral.
We'll see how long that lasts. All right, and that's all we got ready at the moment. Everybody else is still working on their character sheets. They should be getting close. Like, I know a few of these guys.
Star, I want to
Yes.
see the haunted one as a possible background.
Yes, it should be there.
It was not.
It was not?
Which is why I've been sitting. I haven't been ready yet because I had to implement my class and my background. I'm copying everything over.
Yeah, I saw you were missing like Sword Coast Adventurers Guide, which has like a lot of backgrounds.
No. This background.
The haunted one comes from Curse of Strahd.
Yeah,
it's-
no, I'm just
it's-
saying that. I'm saying as well that
Hang on, everybody. Hang on.
Coast Adventure was gone as well.
I believe Star's talking.
All right, who am I looking at? Who was the ones that? What's the character's name so I can look in there?
Vinray.
Hold on. First one first. Say your name again.
Vinray.
Finray. All right, let me do Finray first just to check it out. All right. Backgrounds. We are looking for the haunted one, right?
Yes.
All right, guys. I think we're gonna have to put custom, and if you can
Yeah.
look it up, I'll let you do that. And I think I need to send a
All right.
message to Roll20 and let them know that the haunted one's missing from Curse of Strahd.
Do you have Dungeon Master's Guide?
Should have it, yeah. Wait a minute.
Okay, because the other one that's missing for me at least is that cleric domain.
I don't even think we can get like the.
I mean, it's not going to bother me. I can copy
No.
everything over.
Yeah, go ahead and copy it over, and I will definitely look into some things real quick just to see if like I misappropriated something. But no, haunted one should have been in there. Oh well. Let me get on a different web page here. Yeah, I'm just going to look at our game settings here while we're trying to figure out what else we're doing here. Allow players, no. Game default settings. Compendium settings. Let's see what we got here. Why don't I have the Dungeon Master's Guide? That's a weird thing. Like, is that something new they just released?
I'm not sure.
Like, I don't know either.
Looks like Seer is ready.
Yes.
Wow, did they really just add this? That's so silly. Like, I would have had this already if I knew it was out. I will put it on the wish list for now. Because I really don't think there's much that it offers that would help us much. Huh. Alright, yeah, go ahead and hard copy all that stuff for now. I'm sorry, guys. I thought for sure Roll20 would have had that
No
in there
problem.
for us.
Yeah, it's no problem.
Well, it is for me because I paid for it to be there. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah,
Sorry.
that stuff was there before, and all of a sudden
Yeah.
now it's not.
Yeah, it's like I
Right.
paid for this book. I expect this shit to be there. Roll20, we're gonna have to have a conversation, guys. How do I contact you and let you know you guys are screwed? I think it's in the forums. I'll see about leaving a post while we're doing this. But yeah, that should have definitely been there. I could have sworn I seen it there before, and I guess making the new game, they must have done something or messed something up. Character sheets and compendiums, APIs, Roll20 Marketplace, bug reports.
Just have to like manually add in the equipment too.
Say that again?
Just have to manually add in the equipment as well. The haunted
Yes.
one.
Wait, equipment? If they have like equipment and everything, yeah.
Yeah, monsters, hunter's pack, a trinket,
Yeah.
common clothes. There's Hunter.
On silence. What is it?
I'm gonna post reply to this topic, can I? More than 2 months old. Alright, so I'll just post a new one about Curse of Strahd. Curse of Strahd not showing. Haunted one background.
The Monster Hunters pack's not coming to for each item separately.
Monster Hunter pack missing as well.
Yeah.
Were you able to find that in the compendium or no?
No, I'm looking at what comes in. I'm just adding it manually.
Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be fine. Monster Hunter. Alright, get that token off the page. It's not supposed to be here, Dravos.
I was just making sure it was working.
Yeah, you can wait till we get to an actual page. I need you guys now to kind of figure out what okay, so Dravos, wait, Seer, are you ready?
Yes.
No touchy.
What?
No.
You're not ready?
No touchy.
Seer.
Don't fuck it up.
Oh, I'm ready. Yes.
Okay, so camera zooms in on you after you get done with your character creation. Tell us what we're looking at and what class you are playing.
So she's about, oh, sorry, 5'2", and she has white hair and kind of yellowish golden eyes, and she is a genie warlock. She wears a cloak over her head to hide her features. It's purplish and yeah.
Alright, I put that on the forum post. We'll hopefully get a response from that. Cool. And let's see, who else is ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 4 people. I need 3 more to get ready, right? So that's probably
Yep.
the ones who are
I'm
doing the
almost
haunted
done.
ones, right? Oh, you're almost done?
By the way,
I'm
Star
almost
Baby
done.
says hi.
Hi.
Guys. I never said hi.
He said hi back.
I never.
Well, he was being nice. Gosh.
He says, and I quote, he was being nice, gosh.
I
No. You had to go. You have to add the gosh.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god. You guys don't want this girl from the many things I'm hearing.
feel hungry today, y'all.
No, Star, please.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna regret this draw, but it's okay. But I need everybody to finish their characters before I flip the card.
Almost done.
Because I think I'm gonna give everybody this wonderful card.
Neat.
Well, while these guys are finishing up, I'll just kind of like go over a few changes that are happening around here at Chaotic Calling. Yeah, we're doing our Curse of Strahd every Wednesday. You can look forward to hanging out with these guys every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central, all the way to about 10:30 or 11 if we go over. We will do our session 1, which will be on the charity stream this Saturday. I could say words. At 12 p.m. So you can join these guys. We're going to get up there first. We're going to set the pace. We're going to put everybody through the paces. And right now we do have the charity link. We do have the charity panel. And if you wanted to go ahead and start donating, you can give us a head start on advantage tokens if you're up for it. And it would also help me test to make sure Tiltify is not screwing us over. But pretty sure everything's fine. We'll be ready. But yeah, let's see what else. Friday has been rebooted. So if you've been part of our open roleplay on Friday, bad news. I deleted everything. All your characters are gone. You don't have a life anymore. I'm just kidding. You can still vault your characters, but I will be deleting that forum soon, that game, and I started a new one. So if you haven't already, hit !RP in Twitch chat to get the new link to the new game. That way you're already sitting pretty, and you'll be able to make a character as soon as I start assigning character sheets, which will be around anywhere from 3:30. Yeah, I think I'm going to start at 3:30 to start making character sheets. So if you want to be a part of the new campaign, jump in there. Anybody can play, just as long as you behave, you follow the rules of our Discord community, and yeah, just come join us. 18 plus, please. And if you are coming in young, behave yourself. As long as you don't act like a child, and I don't know about it, you might be able to get away with it. I'm not saying that's what you should do, but you know. What else do we have on the table here? All right,
I'm good.
You're good. So Venre, Devlin. Okay, Venre.
Just
so,
Venre.
As the character creation completes, and the camera comes zooming in over on you, tell us what we're looking at, and tell us what you're playing.
Right. So, just a basic view of the character. It is a around 5'5" half elf woman, red hair, green eyes. There is a scar on the left side of her face from the corner of her mouth. She is adorned in scale mail armor, I believe. Yep, scale mail armor, shield, a warhammer, and she is a death cleric of Kelemvor.
Nice.
True neutral.
We'll see how long that lasts. All right. So we are down to.
Always ready.
If you're ready, say ready and roll 20 so I know who to call on.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm still learning names and voices, so it's going to take me a while, but I'll get you. All right, so Koi, as you finish your character creation, the camera comes over and zooms on you. What do we see, and what do you plan on playing?
Alright, so Core is about 5'11", 160. You see that his face is for the most part covered by a mask. The mask looks like my icon, so like a white mask with black eye spots with inner whites. He's covered in various dark color robes. He is a monk, and right now he is lawful neutral. Without the mask, he has shorter length, slightly curly raven black hair with green eyes and clean shaven.
All right. Let's see, that leads us down to one left. Cookie, you about done there?
I am. I'm doing my spells. I'm almost done. Give me
God,
1
you
second.
and
I know
your
what I want.
spells. Blah. All right. Well, while you do that, I'm going to try to fill the air a little bit longer.
I mean, I can talk about what my character is real quick because I'm almost done.
Yeah. So you finish your character creation. Tell us about yourself. What are we looking at, and what do you plan on playing?
So my character is a Warforged Clockwork Soul sorcerer. Yeah, we're gonna play with a little bit of time magic in a sense and try and see if we can help the fates as things go on.
It's just a divination wizard put in sorcerer form, basically. And what's your character's name?
My character's name is Synchro.
All right. And as you're finishing up your spells, I guess the next order of business is, how do we know each other? And should we reference a city in Elsperia, or should we reference a city maybe in Faerun or something like that? Elsperia, by the way, is my campaign world that I run on my open games, which is my story-driven world that I created. But we could be from somewhere more familiar if we wish. Something that transcends all locations.
I think we should do Faerun.
Well, that's one
I
thingy.
don't dispute this.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I'm equally as versed in both of them, so I'm good with whatever the party decides.
So, is there a certain
That would
city?
That would actually be nice for me, because I have a city in mind. if it's Faerunian.
Yeah, what do you
Baldur's Gate.
Baldur's Gate? I mean, it's pretty commonplace. Definitely a lot of
Yeah.
sinners and saints in Baldur's Gate.
Mm.
Mhm.
What do you guys think?
I like the thought of Baldur's Gate.
Maybe we'll finally get to Baldur's Gate in Baldur's Gate 3 this weekend. Who knows? I don't know.
Hey.
I mean, is that out yet? I don't know. But definitely going to check out that patch on that game soon. And I might do it tomorrow, but it'll be on We Rise as One. So make sure you check out our Variety sister channel, We Rise as One. Much needed help over there. I need you guys to come by and pay me some views like you do here. You guys are very good for that. But let's see what we got going on. Anything in the chat? Everybody's pulling out their support for you, my friends. All right, so we're from Baldur's Gate. Great. Are we just normal people? Are we just starting? I want you to keep in mind. I want you to keep this in mind, because this is one thing that really throws a corkscrew into my logic with new players. You are a new, fresh to the adventure field. Like, I don't want to hear that you were a vet for 3 years in the Army, and then you spent 7 years in the Navy, and then 20 more years as a veteran, and then expect to have all that skill, and yet now you're level 1. Okay? I want you to keep that in mind as you kind of like pick how this adventure starts. So you're fixing to learn more about this world, whether you're joining an adventuring guild to build a party, or if you're just like talking shop in a tavern and meeting these guys for the first time and being like, yeah, know what we ought to do? We ought to go on a quest. We ought to go earn us some money together, or something of that nature. So I just kind of like want to paint the expectations that I'm looking for, because I don't want you to be this over experienced player at the very start and then start at level 1, because it doesn't reflect properly in my mind. So with that ideology put on the table, how do you guys know each other? Like, are you fresh faces? Are you part of a, what is it, the Burning Hand, or what's the name of that group? It's been a while.
I think it's called the Burning Hand.
Is it? Yeah, the Burning Hand, or maybe you're part
Or the
of
Flame
another.
Fist, maybe? Yeah.
I don't
Sorry.
know. It's been a while since I've referenced Baldur's Gate or anything in there. But yeah. How do you guys want to know each other?
Well, Mr. Draviticus just kind of walked into a bar one day, and there they were.
You say that. Let's see what everybody else thinks.
Yeah,
I
go ahead if you want to speak.
I'm sorry. With Koi, his main thing is hunting a monster that attacked his family and wiped out members of his family. So he's been searching all through Faerun looking for this creature. So if anyone wants to kind of like connect that aspect with some of your backstories.
I will say this. Do you know what the creature is?
No. It's I have like a foggy memory of what happened. It's going off of what I remember.
All right.
Well, as a protector, Asimar, I could have been charged to destroy this monster.
And as a military man, Mr. Draviticus could have been sent to go kill it.
Beast, man, all have bounties.
Yeah. So,
Yep.
okay. I'm going to throw this out there. This is why we're brainstorming, because we're world building at this point. My subconscious is listening to you, and here's what I've gotten out of this. So, the person who is hunting the creature, what's your character's name again? And I'm going to have you guys use your character's name to reference yourself when you're speaking, so we can kind of get used to you. So, that was Koi, right?
Yes.
All right, so
The character's
Koi.
backstory is
No.
that I have.
Oh, no. I heard that part. I just need to make sure I got the name to the right person. So what I'm understanding, what if Koi, in a desperate attempt to go after this monster, knowing that he alone cannot face it, goes to an adventuring guild to start assembling a party of people who can. And these people are the following, like the Asimar who is sworn to protect. You're asked to join his brigade, and everybody else just kind of like folded in to just kind of like help with this one particular mission.
Sounds good to me.
Same.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that answers a few things, but we can still add.
Yeah. That wouldn't necessarily fit my character's backstory because he's already part of like an artisan guild, but he is an alchemist, so it could be like he tagged along to like be like supportive with the like potions and stuff.
Or
Oh, hey,
what
I'm
if-
an alchemist too.
What if this beast has parts you need for an alchemy?
Yeah, that's another one I was thinking about. Just tagging along for
Possible
alchemical ingredients. Yeah.
There you go. All right.
The
so that-
easy way to get me into it is maybe not necessarily part of a adventuring guild, but you need someone to keep people healthy and alive. And that's me.
I assume that my tie-in would be that this beast has killed a longtime contractor, so I've been sent out to ascertain as if this creature is tameable or killable.
All right, I think I got it. So, walk with me here. A high priest of Kelemvor was attacked by this creature, which started the whole thing, right? And this high priest of Kelemvor was definitely a contributor to many charities, many events, and with his death comes a downfall of a vacuum of energy to just, or power, I should say, in the church. So with the urgency, like it didn't just kill this high priest, but it also killed family members and villagers of a certain town and villages. So with that said, that kind of ties everybody together in a way, doesn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
And
That's
I
pretty
think
good.
I know what this creature is.
Yeah, it better be something like
I
big.
have a few ideas of what it could be as
A
well.
lot.
What? We already know?
It's
Blasphemy.
It's a dire wolf that stands on 2 feet.
Oh.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean,
I like that. I like that.
That's the common description that you're giving, that it's a dire wolf that stands on 2 feet. It seems to think it's human, yet it attacks viciously.
Okay.
I like that, Star. That's a good one.
I mean, here's the thing about your
I like it.
backgrounds. I want you to put your backgrounds or backstories in your character sheet. I'm not going to be looking at Discord. I'm not going to be looking at anything you send me. You have to put it in your character sheet or it's not there. 'Cause
Gotcha.
that's where I start fishing for ideas. So if you would do me that honor, that would be most helpful. All right, so here's the adventure hook, perhaps. So you guys are trying to find this said creature, and it is probably your first night out camping some random forest near Baldur's Gate. So let me just kind of like look in here, because I think there's actually a story hook that's already kind of pre-written that we won't have to work too hard to make this happen.
Hey, Star.
Yes, that's me.
When I put in a bio to my characters, I can't pull out the token to like it all it does is highlight everything that I've written.
Well, you're not
I don't
going to
know what
you
I'm
have to
doing
drag
wrong.
the character sheet from the character. Okay, one, you're in your character sheet, right?
Right.
Has nothing to do with your token. If you want to drag
okay.
your token over to the game, you have to drag your character sheet from the actual right side on your journal. You got to pull it from your journal, not from your character sheet.
Oh, okay.
Don't worry, I'll help make you learn again.
Sorry. And anything I put in my character sheet story, only you can see that?
Yes.
Well,
Nobody
Twitch
else can
chat
see.
can
No,
as well,
well,
but
Twitch chat can, but who's going to be paying that much attention? Like, most of the time, I'll be looking at your backstories in between sessions, and then I'll start peeling from them. Like, I don't normally just pick up in the mid, like at the beginning. Because one, I want to make sure you're here for the commitment. Once I know you're fully committed to the game, that's when I start delving into backstories and start putting things together. So, keep that in mind. I don't want to feel like I have to waste time by introducing someone's backstory, and then they wind up leaving because they were not happy with the way things were progressing. It's like, well, I have a reason I do things, guys. So yeah, you heard these threaded words again and again by farmers, merchants, and adventurers alike. Werewolves in the mist. The hamlets east of Daggerford in this case, this case it's going to be Baldur's Gate, have fallen prey to a pack of werewolves that spills out into the misty forest on nights of the full moon, cloaked in crawling mist that seems to follow them wherever they go. The beasts spread death and mayhem, slaughtering adults, stealing children before retreating back into the woods. Others have tried to combat the werewolf menace with little success. So that's our story hook. And you know what's going to help you with this story hook? Come on.
What's that star?
Thank you.
What's that star?
I'm glad you asked, because, it's probably whatever this card is right here.
Oh.
I'm just going to go ahead and take this card. You guys don't need this, right? I kid!
Yeah, we
I
do.
kid. How about this? Do you want a key? Do you want to know what
Yes.
a key does?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Alright, now, a magic weapon with which you are proficient with appears in your hands. The DM chooses the weapon. For you guys, you can get a +1 version of a weapon that you're proficient with.
Ooh.
Very nice.
Ooh.
Neato.
Nice.
So, starting off at level 1, you're going to be able to overcome a lot of obstacles that are going to definitely be detrimental to a starting party. So, great start already. Great start. So, let's just go down the list. Koi, what are you picking?
I'll pick a +1 core staff.
Alright, so you know how to look it up in the compendium and drag it over?
I believe so. Let's
Yep.
see if this works.
Yeah, you just look it up in the compendium, and then it'll say quarterstaff +1. Drag it to your character sheet, and it'll drop and add itself with all of the stuff there. Ralikos, what are you getting?
I am going to get a rapier +1.
Nice. Venray, what are you getting?
I'm getting a Warhammer +1.
Nice. Draviticus, what are you getting?
Also a rapier +1.
Nice. Mikro, what are you getting?
Mikro gets short bow +1.
Fair enough. Seer, what are you getting?
I'm getting a light crossbow +1.
Ah, nice. And Synchro, what do you want?
Well, I was trying to look up a light crossbow, but it's
Wait.
either that or a quarterstaff +1.
Or you can get a 1 +1.
Or 1 +1, yeah, that works too. Well, I don't have a proficiency in a wand, but
Oh, but you're a spellcaster. You don't need proficiency.
All spellcasters
Okay,
have
just-
proficiency in wands.
Yeah, it's not like you're not using it for.
well,
an
if I
actual
can get the
weapon.
compendium to work, I can get the compendium to do anything.
Again, having error.
Is it really giving you guys errors?
Yeah,
I
Mhm.
did it just fine.
I did it just
I
fine.
got mine
Alright,
just
fine.
fine.
Here, I'm gonna refresh.
Yeah, refresh might be what some of you need.
Hmm.
And then you can-
Quick question. Are we upgrading our current weapon, or are we just getting another one?
You're getting another one, so you can keep your
Okay.
other one in case you want to do a wield.
All right, cool.
Or spell.
This is the fates of the deck draw for many things right at the very beginning of a new campaign. And I think Curse of Strahd is probably one worth having it in. So that's fair.
Right?
That means I don't have to hold back anymore.
Yay!
I do not have to hold back. I'm gonna go ahead and get my roll tables ready, and let's see here. Where is it? Anyway, yeah. Let me know if you refresh and if that works.
Yeah, it worked for me.
It worked.
Yeah,
for
it
me.
works for me.
All right, cool. Let's see here. Where was that at? All right, so your first night out, you guys are currently in a misty forest, and you're just out listening for any signs of these creatures that have been attacking nearby villages. Let's see here. You know what? Let's go to a map. Let's go to a forest. Here we go. Great. That did not work. Let me drag this up here so we don't have to go as far. Where'd it go? Where did it go? I deleted it. Oh, Oh, it didn't even move. Yay. Alright, let's slowly drag this up here. But, if you guys want, like, here we are. We're in the middle of a forest. It's nighttime. We're probably looking at about 8 in the evening. 8 to 9 o'clock. And, you guys are getting ready to set up watch. But, here we go. On this here page, let's, alright, do you guys know how to drag your tokens onto the map?
Yes.
I was more asking
Fancy.
Okay.
I mean, I would hope you would after being around you for over a year.
Right?
So refresh me how to do that.
Alright, open up your journal and click your character's name, not the little dashes, but the name, and then hold down left click and drag it over to the map, and then you'll be able to drag your token over.
If you would like, you can just go ahead and delete the last name and phonetics.
Yeah, it was just copying what you had there.
So is up north.
No, I'll put you a campfire down. You guys can be right there. Alright, so gather around your little campfire here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 7. Alright, cool. So here you are. Alright, don't. This is Curse of Strahd. Don't make me shoot you down early.
Also, I believe that's copyrighted.
Oh, it is? Oh, shit. Sorry.
Are you trying to get me canceled early? Gosh.
No!
Alright, I see how this campaign's ending. But anyway, you guys.
Someone lost their key.
Yeah, so, yeah, somebody lost their key. I'm taking your weapon back now. You apparently don't want this. So, you're in this forest. You guys are able to set up camp. You guys are pretty much setting up for a watch. How do you want to start this?
Mr. Draviticus would like to just kind of under his breath just be like, ah, and say in Abyssal, man, it's getting quite late. Question is, does anybody understand me?
Boy, aren't you thirsty right off the bat?
I do not.
Boy tilts his head towards you.
Mikro doesn't understand, but he can mock you.
Who tilted their head at me?
Quick.
Oh. Did Koi actually understand me?
Yep.
Ah. Dravos will return the look and just nod. And kind of be like, so guys, shall we set up a watch for the night?
I have a question for Star.
Yes.
Would an Asimar recognize Abyssal speak when it's spoken, or would it just be another language that they don't know?
If you don't know the language, you don't know the language.
Well, I mean, would they recognize it as Abyssal, or
you would have to make a check if there's a knowledge check,
okay,
like a history check to see if you heard it before. But if you
okay,
don't know
can I
it,
do that?
then yeah, go ahead, make a history check.
Okay.
Nope.
No, I do not.
There you go.
You prefer sounds.
You know, it is what it is. You answer your own questions here on Chaotic Call. I mean, unless of course you got enough cookie clusters to go ahead and buy advantage, but I think we just got started here.
Mikro can take first watch. Mikro has many experience staying up all night.
Synchro will chime in. I don't really need to rest per se. I kind of shut down, but I can still keep watch while I'm in my static state.
Well, I have dark vision, so that should help in the middle of the night. I think I'll take second watch.
I'll speak in Abyssal if it's okay if I join you on the watch.
I'll turn to you and nod my head and say, in common, say, of course.
I mean, if the robot thing can just keep watch, we can all be asleep, right?
Do we trust the robot thing to keep us safe?
Already trust issues.
I look at Synchro. I look at Synchro and I look him up and down. I think so. Yeah, I trust him.
Mr. Draviticus will walk over to Synchro and just put a hand on his shoulder and be like, I think he's a good one. He'll be alright. We'll be fine.
So you say.
Just look at him.
I am looking at him.
Exactly. Look at those gears turning. You did go along with the gears, right?
Synchro kind of like tilts his head and goes, is there a problem? I'm sensing something's off.
Not for me, my friend.
Oh no. I just don't trust anyone.
Aww.
I guess I'll be the rude.
Hold on.
Well, then that's kind of a bad idea to come out with just a bunch of people that you don't trust into woods.
Was that Relikas I heard beforehand, or?
No. I didn't say anything just now.
Oh, who was the one that got
Someone else.
interrupted? Yeah, somebody got cut off there.
Corey would motion to Synchro. I guess I'll be the rude in common. I guess I'll be the rude one in the group. Are you?
To
Sorry,
me,
say that.
or-
Synchro.
What are you? He said.
He's
Say
asking
again what you said.
Synchro what he
am
is.
I don't know what I am. I just woke one day and I've been kind of wandering around for a couple years ever since I awoken. I'm not sure why I was created. I just know
That's
I
what
am.
we all.
See.
Well, we should probably finish up choosing who's on watch. Night is quickly approaching, and things tend to scatter about.
Who is that?
That is Mikro.
It is Mikro.
Yeah. So until everybody gets familiar with who's who, use your name before you speak and just say like Mikro says, and then go into what you're saying until we start to get used to who everybody sounds like.
Yeah,
way-
I
yeah.
get it now.
Yeah. Like I'm still learning.
Mikro
some-
softly says that it is wise to
There you go.
choose who we pick for sleep, because it oftentimes could be left to life or death depending on how heavy you sleep. And we are ambushed.
Stu says,
Synchro.
simply my point.
Synchro will say, I do have a spell that I can set up around the camp to set an alarm off if anything happens, if you guys would feel better with that.
Stu says,
Mikro would feel better with the alarm. Yes.
Go
Sure.
ahead.
Yes,
Great.
Synchro, please
Oh.
set that up.
Dravel, you interrupted Seer, and Mikro did
Sorry.
too. Go ahead, Seer.
It's okay. Seer said, that sounds good to me as well.
First spell of the game, we're going to cast Alarm in a 20-foot cube around the camp.
All right.
And I'm going to choose it to be an audible bell so that everybody can hear it if it goes off.
So it should be some like. Should be something like that, right?
Oh my god.
Something like that. I don't know. I can't draw for shit.
Yeah, something like that.
I can't draw for shit today. Don't worry about
can-
it. But
you
yeah,
can
it
just-
goes around the camp. I get the idea. All right, and it's gonna be an audible bell. Got it. only you can hear it, or are you allowing others?
No, I'm gonna do the audible alarm to where everybody can hear it instead of the mental alarm.
All right,
So
cool.
everybody should be able to hear it.
All right, cool. All right.
I want to test it out.
Not a
So I
problem. All right.
run over the alarm.
Yeah, let's go ahead and stress star off with the very first. No, it's all right. So first watch is
And-
going to. Who's going on first watch again?
I would like to
Mikro.
designate as well as
Yeah.
Yep,
But I'm
Mikro's
asking
on
Sorry?
first.
Yeah, let's get everybody who says they're going to be on watch, and I got you. You're on shutdown mode, but you're still watching. So Mikro is on first. Anybody else on first watch? All right, who's
I'll
on
do
second?
it.
Okay, you're
Mr.
gonna go on first.
Draviticus is on second.
All right, so Mikro and Seer are first, and Draviticus and
Boy,
Synchro will go
Boy.
on set. Oh,
yeah,
I'll be
Synchro,
third
you're
watch.
Gonna, no, Synchro, you're gonna be on all of them. Don't worry.
okay.
You're like the background noise. You know what I mean? All right, so who's on third?
Yeah.
Ralikos will be on third.
I'll be on third.
Ralikos
Finray will be on third.
And Finray. All right. And do we have another one or? No, I guess that's enough. Three works. Three works.
Am I mute? Am I
Yeah,
muted?
no, I hear you.
Oh, okay.
I got you. All right, Stream Raiders next round is up if you guys want to join us for that. But as we are gathering together here, so Mikro and Seer, you're the first two up, and everybody kind of like beds down, gets ready. If there's any last minute shenanigans, but I wouldn't start pulling them right now. We got a place to be here eventually, so if anybody wants to do anything before they bed down for the night, you can do that, and then we'll go into Mikro and Seer's first watch.
Mr. Draviticus will just go into his meditative state.
Alright. Just so you know, half elves still sleep like humans.
Yes.
Yeah, I know.
Just saying. Alright. And alright, Seer and Mikro. The two of you are up as everybody starts turning down for the night. And if there's any conversation the pair of you want to have, you can take this time to do it. Otherwise, I need perception checks from the both of you.
So, what brought Steer to do with group?
Tear of the innocent and the weak. I joined this group so that I could destroy this monster, whatever it does, it's not right. So, how about yourself?
It killed Contract. Contract now becomes its key of it.
I see. Well,
Perception check.
what is your contract? Yeah.
As you're having this conversation, let me get perception out of the way. Good job, Seer. I knew you had this.
I'm getting all the bad rolls out of the way.
Absolutely. Alright, so Mikro, as you're about
My-
to say something, everybody hears an audible bell, bling bling, and there's a small puppy that just kind of like jumps in Mikro's lap. Ruff, 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 ruff.
He mocks in perfect audible level.
He just starts, he starts sniffing at your bag.
What a
Oh, no,
cute
no.
creature.
Nothing
And
in bag.
But yeah, everybody heard the audible bell from the alarm spell.
That would have woke up Mr. Draviticus.
Yeah, so everybody kind of like hears this yapping in the camp now.
two dogs here.
When did the dogs arrive?
Mikro just found puppy on lap. It just jumped in mid conversation with Steer.
It's unusual.
Yes, it's very unusual. Are
Where
we sure
is
it's
your
not
owner?
dangerous?
Where is your owner? He says, holding up the little puppy.
Yeah, you'll realize there's no collar on it. It just kind of huffs in your hands and just kind of like breathes heavily in your face.
Know the breed?
Can I do an animal handling on it
Well, what are
to
you
see if
trying
I
to
can?
handle?
I want to tame him.
Are you a ranger?
I am not.
Then the answer is no, but you can try to become his friend with an animal handling.
Okay. Damn it. Fuck.
So you start scratching him behind his ears, but you scratch too hard and he turns around and takes a bite out of your hand. Take 1
Ooh.
piercing damage.
And 2, that's the
I
puppy
don't
plus
think
1.
it likes you very much.
No. Usually puppies do not, because I oftentimes mistake him bird.
Was that
He pinches.
Hold on, was that Ralikos that was interrupting there? Like he was trying to say something, right?
Sorry.
I'm muted right now. No.
Oh no, then that
I
was
think it was
either
Cookie.
was it Koi or Cookie? Was that Cookie? Was that you?
I
Synchro?
was just making a comment that the puppy plus 1 should be 2 damage.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, so yeah, okay. Puppy plus 1, 2 points. Well, you heard it here first. Micro, you take 2 points of damage.
God damn it. Well, shouldn't it rolls an attack against me?
Yeah, well, guess
If we're
what?
really gonna do this.
All right, you know what? That's fair. Hold on.
No, don't make him do this. You should have just took the 2 damage.
I get a 32. Does that hit?
Oh,
Oh dear
yeah.
God.
Okay, that's what I thought. Like, I'll play this game with you. It's fine. If we're gonna try to give this dog stats, I will hook it up. Just, you know.
Mr. Draviticus would come over and would like to try to make a animal handling check to become its friend.
All right, go for it. You can hear him growling at the bird.
11.
He kind of like looks at you, but he's more interested in whatever's in your satchel or your bag.
No, stay away from me, Satchel. Stay away from me, Satchel.
He's around Draviticus' satchel now. He already hates you, so he
Synchro.
moved away. Yeah,
Synchro will look over and say, I think this animal is in need of sustenance.
I
Maybe
will
we
pull
should
out
feed it.
I will pull out
Let
a
him
ration and
Well, let him finish,
I-
Draviticus.
Oh, that was it. Yeah, no.
Oh, that was it? Okay, making
Good.
sure. I want to make sure everybody's heard, you know. I know some
Yeah.
of us can overpower each other pretty easy. Alright, so go ahead, Draviticus.
I was already in the process of it, but I'm pulling out a ration and setting it on the ground in front of the pup.
Alright, the pup starts chewing down on the ration happily.
I will use my hands to make like a little divot in the ground, and I will pour a little bit of water next to it just so it has something to drink.
Alright. It pushes the ration into the water and it starts biting and chomping in the water and the ration. It just does
Okay.
not know how to separate the two.
That's fine.
Alright. Koi, you're doing
And
something?
I will say, there you go, little fella. You're all right.
In my groggy state, I want to look over the dog to see if I could just, get a general idea of what breed it is.
Yeah, make a nature check. Well, it's not a corgi. What is it? What are these? These are probably like a...
Beagle?
No, it's not a beagle. Does that look like a beagle to you? I think it's like
Yes.
a... I think it's like a Labrador. Short hair Labrador.
I can see that.
Look like a decent dog. Does it look like it's wild or it's like a domesticated?
No collar on it whenever I lifted it.
Well, if there's no collar, then it's probably either wild or a stray. Wait, those are the same thing.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Those are the same.
Either
point
way,
being is,
it's so no like it bit Mikro on the hand. Feels bad.
really,
It growls
I
at
don't
Mikro for getting close to
like
its food. Yeah. Sees you over there near its food bowl and it's trying to bite your toenails.
Synchro will say, I'm sensing aggression from the creature. You may want to back away.
Nine. It's just a little bitty thing. it won't really harm me that far much.
He obviously doesn't know how Star plays. I'm
No,
sorry.
he knows. He knows what trap he's walking on. He knows where he's going with this.
Walking, he's like tap dancing on it.
Yeah, he knows the ice is thin. Don't worry about it. But at any rate, yeah, the little puppy is eating happily and seems to be making himself at home in your camp.
That is fine. I'm fine with this.
And unless there's anything else happening on this part of the watch, we can move on to the next one.
Nope.
All right.
Mikro was gonna continue his conversation with Styre. Seer. Mm-hmm.
We'll continue.
Before being interrupted, we were talking about contract, yes? My contract was killed by the creature, so now contract goes on to creature.
Are you saying contact or contract?
Contract.
Contract.
What is a contract to you?
Contract can be many different things. It depends on what is needed at the situation.
Oh. Oh, okay.
It could be something as gentle as blackmailing, or it could be something as bad as hire the murder. It just depends on what the client pays for.
Oh, so were you protecting someone?
Yes.
I see. And now you have to kill the beast to avenge?
Yes, the contract said that for transportation they would pay me a large sum of gold, and with this now being the contract being dead, I now have to kill the said thing in order to get half payment.
I see.
Are we talking about the puppy?
No, not the puppy, not
that
the
was
puppy.
the DM asking,
The cre-
not her.
No.
Okay.
Not the puppy.
Continue.
The creature. Okay.
Okay, all right, continue.
Anyways, it comes down to whether or not the contracts want things done cleanly or for a purpose, if that makes sense.
Makes sense. Anyway, so
with that, you've reached the end of your watch. Alright, so you can wake up the next pair that's supposed to be there watching. Do we know who that is?
I do.
Boy and Leviticus, right?
Yes.
That would be correct. Yeah. Alright, so you wake up those two. And yeah, if you guys want to go ahead and start your watch, you can start with a conversation and then we'll go right into a perception check.
So seeing as as Mr. Draviticus noticed, he Koi was it? Speaks Abyssal. So to keep our conversations from being overheard by others, in Abyssal, he would say to Koi, how did you come across this language?
Don't know. Kind of like that guy. Like point to Synchro. They don't remember anything before waking up at a monastery. And I just somehow know this language, and then I realized that many people know it.
Well, it is a very rare language to know. I just figured I would ask. My name is Mr. Draviticus. It is a pleasure to meet you, and I will extend a hand to shake yours.
Likewise. Name's Koi.
Pleasure to meet you, sir.
Pleasure to meet you, likewise. Sorry.
So what
Jump to me, I thought about it.
Don't worry, I'll jump on those cheap jokes. Just leave it to me, alright? I gotta have something to do.
But shall we get to our watch then?
All right.
All right, make a perception check.
'Cause I,
Oh, go ahead. Ah, that's a good question. What season? I would say we're probably in the middle of autumn. So it's a little chilly, but not too bad. Off in the far, far distance, you hear a sharp
Tis that.
as you kind of like glance around. You can't help but notice the moon is awfully full tonight.
And a bright moon makes for excellent vision.
All of a sudden, the puppy wakes up from their sleep. It barks
Um,
loudly.
I will move over to the puppy and I'll be like, "What is it, boy? What is it?"
if my core staff was doing that, who's next to me? The cleric, Venray? I start nudging her with my core staff.
What?
I wake up from the barking.
Yeah, the little barking and Finnegan waking up from Koi. All of a sudden, we hear another sharp yell, kind of like steals your attention for a moment, and then all of a sudden, the puppy starts running to the west.
I will follow suit while drawing my weapon.
Okay, what's everybody doing at this point?
We're running after a puppy.
Yes.
Oh
Running
gosh.
after
Oh,
it.
guys, I
Drawing
just
my
we,
weapon.
guys, I heard other noises out there. We shouldn't be running off. Stay by the fire.
I agree. I think we should stay near the fire as a group, not split the party.
Relica snores.
I'll just put this up here. Alright.
Gently kick the tiefling.
Huh? What?
Stuff is going on.
Oh. Bad stuff?
Possibly.
Oh, okay.
I see senses.
There are noises coming from the woods. We do not know what is coming.
Alright, at this moment here, everybody who's staying at the camp, stay at camp. But if you went after the puppy, I need you to be in the close vicinity of the puppy. Otherwise, I'm going to ask everybody to go ahead and roll for initiative.
Hey, there it is.
Dun 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 dun.
And if you don't know how to roll, let me know, because this is another thing we need to teach you. And I'm going to have to get my initiative stuff. I'm going to have to get my things brought over here.
Oh my god, I'm just rolling bad tonight.
Well, you're not the only one. I will definitely have to get my API set up as well. Alright. So-
7.
So here's what's going to happen. At the top of the round... Oh my god, that's loud. Turn that down here.
Bro, this is intense.
Yeah, battles always get intense in my games. Alright,
It's like this is like boss music.
Synchro, you just noticed all this noise being transmitted into your sensory system. Nobody's listening to you. Well, at least those nobodies that left the camp. What do you want to do?
I'm going to stay at the camp, and I'm going to hold action Firebolt for if I see anything that needs attacked.
Fair enough. Relicos, same story, different you. You notice a couple of your friends running after a puppy. What do you want to do?
Yeah. Who woke me up? Was it Koi or Synchro?
It was me.
It was either a combination of Koi. Yeah, it was.
It was
Koi-
Venray.
Venray. Okay, Venray.
Okay,
Okay.
Venray. And then
Yeah.
the puppy happened too.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll use a bardic inspiration on Venray, and then I'll ready a vicious mockery.
Yeah. So what do you
Yeah.
say to Venray to inspire her?
I say thanks picking me up. You could have saved me from dying.
I don't think it's
Good job.
serious.
Good job.
Good job. That's,
Because I don't think it's serious.
No.
Only I'm strolling that way.
All right. So you stroll past and just kind of like go whatever.
I'm
you
looking.
ready?
I'm looking at where they're going because I don't. They've rushed off, and
Into the
Yeah.
darkness.
Yeah. All right. So I should definitely give him a turn order as well.
With the puppy.
Yeah, we'll give him a turn. I'm gonna give him a turn. Let's see. I'll give him 1d20 plus 3. He gets a 17. Okay, cool. So he'll go next.
It's also relevant. Do I see what that is?
Make a perception check. You do see a large, limbering creature rushing towards your pair of friends.
We have a problem. Danger. Everybody get up.
Huh? Sorry?
Indeed.
And yeah.
Just
That was
because
the
of-
action to decipher it, correct?
Wait, what the puppy just do?
Puppy ran away from you. He is currently using an action to dash, so he's technically 35 off
The map.
Yeah, he's off.
Okay.
He's off
He's
in that
gone.
direction. Yeah, he's trying to run away from whatever that is. Koi, you've just been told there's danger in that direction. What do you want to do?
What's the illumination setup?
It is nighttime, so there's a
It was
tree
a
in
full
the way.
moon.
Yeah, there's a full moon though, so yeah. So there's definitely
Okay.
sunlight.
Alright, so it was like dim light for me because I'm human.
Yeah.
Alright, so I guess I'll take a torch from the fire. And I'll go 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. As an action, I'll go dodge.
Alright, action to dodge. Anything else?
That's it. Can I see the creature now? Because it's a little bit better for the torch.
I'll give you a perception check to see it.
Rockin' music.
You don't
Mhm.
quite see it at the moment. Like, either it's blending into the shadows to your eyes, or you're just not aware of its presence yet. But, Mikro, you're up next.
Mikro would like to stealth.
Go for it. Alright, you're stealthy. What's the next? Oh
This guy.
shit. Don't worry, I'm gonna have to go through all this fight music and turn it all down. Don't worry, guys. We'll get it figured out. new game, who did?
Some epic stealth music.
I should probably turn down the master.
When stealth, I can only move half my speed, correct?
Yeah, sure.
Alright. Well, then that'll end my turn.
Moving on to Dravos.
Alright, well, seeing as I have dark vision, I'm pretty sure I can see that thing. I already have my weapon and shield out, so I'm gonna go up to it and smack it.
You know what? I'm gonna make you make a perception check as well, because your attention was first on the puppy who just ran away from you.
Ah, good point, good point. You said perception?
Yep. Like, I'm giving you this perception check for free. Alright, I'll say with
13.
13 you're able to see him.
Yeah, I'll definitely go up and smack it.
Alright. So this large lumbering creature just kind of like stops in front of you because you stopped him in front of you. Go for it. What are you using?
My +1 rate.
Your +1 misses.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah.
And I will hold its attention on me
Alright. So... Oh.
by saying, "Get back, you foul beast!"
As I said before, the baby gloves are off. So here we go. You get a bite against Dravos, which misses amazingly. And then we go with a claw attack. For 6
That will
slashing.
hit. 6 it is.
And then it just yells in your face. And definitely that would have alerted everybody where it is. Zir. Puppy's rushing away. What are you doing?
Okay. Do I have to do a perception to see the werewolf?
No, Dravidicus points it out because he's in combat now.
Okay.
So nobody has to look for it
Okay.
anymore. You know there's something going on over there.
Okay. I cast Eldritch Blast at it.
Ooh, nat 20.
Nice.
Very
Nice,
nice.
you do.
You sure do.
And I can barely.
Oh.
Oh,
Dun-dun-dun-dun.
It's bittersweet.
3 points of damage, though, as you pelt it in the face. Its nostrils snorts in Dravos's as it stares behind you and looks at Seer. Anything else for your turn? Movement
I'll
or?
back up a little bit.
Alright.
I have a question.
Yes.
So no crits on spells and nothing on natural ones.
Oh no. Crit spells, crits are double damage. That's why I did it plus, or it's double dice roll. It automatically rolls it. Now crit fail.
Okay.
But to be fair, crit fail, I will not punish you for crit fails.
Okay, all right.
But they will automatically miss. Like even if you have like a good to hit and you're still able to hit it, yeah, you're gonna miss with a natural one. Regardless.
Alright,
of
so
what you
Synchro is going to move up a little bit along this bush, and now I can see him.
are. Yes, you can.
Well, and we're gonna hit him with that firebolt that I have.
And yeah, it doesn't do anything.
Nope, sure doesn't.
Not for lack of trying though. So you flick a flame and it dances off this creature's body and it just kind of like looks over its shoulder, noticing another threat, but it's still faced off with Dravidicus in front of him. Anything else for your turn? Any more movement? Are you good?
Nope, I'm good right there.
All right, Ralikos. What do you got for us?
If I move here, I can see the creature, right?
Yes.
Or even up to here, right?
Yep.
Still?
Absolutely.
Alright,
Absolutely.
so I'll move here.
Yep.
And I will use my bonus action to cast. Is it only one bardic inspiration at a time, or can you have multiple up at the same time?
Yes. You
It's
can
one.
have you can give away multiples, but once per turn.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah. So I'm gonna use. I'm gonna give Dravidicus bardic inspiration for my bonus action, and then I will cast Vicious Mockery on the werewolf for
Alright,
my action.
What do you say to Dravidicus to inspire him, and what do you say to the
Mhm.
werewolf to insult him?
I guess this is a 2-in-1. I say Dravidicus, this is easy. This is nothing more than an overgrown poodle.
Alright, roll your Vicious Mockery by posting it, so I know you cast the spell. Yeah, alright, so what's your... It's a DC, right? So what's your DC?
Yeah, DC 14 Wisdom.
Oh, okay, there it is. Alright, so let me roll a Wisdom save for you. We get 19.
Ooh.
It gives you that squint eye, like, what did you dare say this was? Easy? Gives you that look, like you know it didn't work. No,
Yeah,
this is-
okay.
Yeah.
licks its lips.
Dinner.
But yeah, that's my turn.
Alright, and with that, we come up to Venray. Are you muted?
I'm gonna run over
there you are.
here.
Alright, cool.
Kind of gauge the situation for a second. Curl my hands back and white light and let force a guiding bolt.
Alright, go for it. Make sure you click the spell. A 19 hits. Ooh, light them up. You do.
There you go.
damage. And I think that also makes him...
He casts
Advantage
it in
Yeah,
Give
next
white
one
light.
has advantage on them.
Alright,
the
come
white
on.
silvery light that's encompassing its form.
Nice. So we'll put a yellow dot up there. You get advantage on the next attacks roll against him. Alright, with that guiding light, is there anything else you've got for your turn, or are you good where you are?
That is it.
The puppers continues to race until it's out of your sight, Seer.
Okay.
Moving on, it is Koi's turn.
Drop the torch, move up to the guy, and I'll attack with my quarterstaff.
Alright, go for it.
With advantage.
Yes.
Can I say something?
No. Yes, you can.
Did you drop the torch? So, is there gonna be a forest fire?
I don't know. Give me a second. I'll tell you in a second.
Why would you ask that? We don't need
Yes.
another forest fire. No.
Yes. Yes.
Oh,
there will
dear
be a
God.
forest fire.
Okay.
So,
Why'd you ask?
So nice 19.
yeah, nice 19. Go ahead, roll damage.
How the
You
damage
gotta-
is coming up.
You got to. You got to click
gotta
the
click
quarter
on the
staff
button.
on the chat box. In the chat, you
I'm
click the
sorry.
quarter staff plus. No, you're fine. Definitely new players. We want to go ahead and help them out and make sure they know what they're doing. What's the other one for?
He was trying
Quarterstaff
to-
one-handed or two-handed.
Ah, so this will be 6 points of damage regardless. All right, nice.
Then
Anything else
for
for
my
your turn?
bonus act, yeah, bonus action, I'll attack with unarmed strike.
All right, go for it.
That'll definitely hit for a 20.
Unfortunately, though, because you're a low-level monk, it does nothing to it.
Okay. And then with my mobility feat, I'm gonna move 4, 5 over here.
All right,
It also no longer has the dot.
and neither does he. Like that would have went away. All right. Mikro, what do you got?
Okay, Mikro is going to stealthily shoot the thing. I'm gonna get into position though. Mikro is stealth firing at the creature.
Go for it.
I gotta remember to turn on. Oh wait, I don't have to turn on advantage because it's always on.
Yeah, but you don't have advantage. Oh yeah, you are unseen attacker. Yeah.
Stealth.
Gotcha. Give me a minute. Jeez, I got this show I'm running.
19.
19 hits. Huh. Curious question to my
Oh
brain.
wait, I forgot to do stealth attack. My bad.
Yeah, but here's the problem. The arrow is not a +1.
Nope.
Whatever. I'll have to look that one up. That's an interesting thought.
Pretty sure any ammunition fired through a magical item becomes magical.
Alright, Drophiticus, you're up.
Hiya, Highness.
Bardic Inspiration.
Oh, yes.
1d4.
Or
1d6 actually.
Oh,
God, get on our level here, Bard. Dang,
I'm not a bard.
With a 6.
that hits.
So 17.
Roll damage.
Very nice.
Roll damage.
Or 12 piercing.
Hey.
Nice. Anything
Nice.
else? Still
I
standing.
can't remember if lay on hands is a bonus action.
It is an action.
Ah, darn.
Alright, with that said, this wolf stares at you in searing pain and it just looks pissed. And it's going to come in for a bite on Drophiticus.
Ooh!
And then it's going to claw you.
The claw missed.
Alright, make a. You take 5 piercing. And I need you to
Okay,
make a
just
constitution saving throw.
Ooh.
Are you still up?
And you said a con. So,
Wait, is he already gonna become a okay?
21.
Not today.
I
Not
thought we were
today.
already have a
It
werewolf.
starts to run out of your range, so if you want to make an attack of opportunity, go for it.
I most certainly will.
Can I make an attack of opportunity
No,
with
you
ranged
can't.
weapon?
No,
Okay, fair enough.
21 on the rapier
that hits.
for another 9.
Still standing, and he gets away from you. But he's limping as he walks, or as he runs. So he made an attack. He's going to move at least 30 feet away from you. I got to evaluate how far I'm actually able to get. Oh,
Well,
it's like I'm
if he
walking
moves
into
any
the-
further,
Hold
he
on,
has
hold on.
he gets.
Calm down. I'm picking his route. All right, so that's the route I'm going. so it's outside of Seer's grasp. But this creature definitely looks like it's going after the puppy.
What?
All right, Seer, you're up.
Puppies.
Okay. I will cast Arms of Hadar at it.
You're gonna ask it to make a strength save? Really? Okay. Oh,
Fair enough.
I guess
Tell
that
me-
answers your question.
so tell me how the
9
Arms of
necrotic.
Hadar kills this werewolf.
Hey, all right.
Yay.
It. So Arms of Hadar, it's not the same as the Tendrils of Hadar, right?
It's something. Read your
It's-
spell.
Yeah.
Come on, people. I need you to read your spells. You know what you're doing. Come on.
It's like arms that come from the ground, though.
Oh, okay. So tendrils of dark energy erupt from my hands and just engulf him and take him down.
As the were creature falls to the ground, its lycanthropic form starts to change, and then it just grows into the size of a little boy with blonde, sandy hair.
Oh, well, nothing you can do about it now.
The puppy is still
Me-
running.
Mikuro would come out.
Yeah, at this point, we're kind of out of combat right now. So if you guys are going to go do something, now's your chance to do it.
Put out the
Yeah.
fire.
The
How do you
fire
wish to do
needs to
that?
be
Oh, yeah.
put out.
How do you do it?
Question: what's the size of the fire? Like, is it
As
small
big as
enough
it
that
is right
predator?
now. It is 10 feet square.
I don't have a name on this person.
That's Dravidicus. Hold on, let me fix
Okay,
this.
I'm gonna go to
Oh,
Dravidicus and just reach out, touch him, and cast Cure Wounds.
Oh,
There you go.
thank you.
There you go. Now you should be able to see his name.
How much?
Star, would you allow Presidesignation to try and put out the fire?
I think it's a little too big for that. I rolled a 91% on that, so.
I'll be right back, guys. I need to fix my monitor.
You get 9
should
HP.
definitely do that.
Yeah, I saw.
I will
Yeah.
say
Thank
you're
you.
able to douse it down. You know what? We'll do a severity to see if it keeps going. That's what we'll do. I will see if your efforts perform labor. All right, cool. So yeah, I would say with a little bit of effort, like a couple of rounds, you're able to put this fire out.
I'm gonna use, in addition to that, Thaumaturgy.
With all the combination of these minor cantrips coming together, you're able to sustain this fire. However, you can still hear the loud yapping of the terrified puppy running away.
Good job, guys. You guys should take care of that puppy.
Star, seeing that the Lycro camp had turned into this child, he would pick up the head and cut off a few pieces of hair to create a lock of hair, and then wrap it in a seal.
Wow, you're not
What?
close in one bit, are you?
What are you doing?
I need proof of contract. This is my proof.
I just sit there giving him a stare, blinking my eyes. Okay.
Star, I'd like to do something if you'll let me.
What is up?
I've got a researcher background, and I'd like to see if I know any knowledge about lycanthropes. If there's anything that I might know from them, just
Roll
to help out with
history-
everything.
Yeah, roll history, and I guess it'll give you advantage.
Oh, oh.
He
They
knows
have-
everything.
You know they have a bigger dongle. I mean, wait, you don't want that info. Okay, so
Or do we?
basically, lycanthropy, you're very familiar with, is a disease, I guess you could say, a curse disease, worse than COVID, or maybe better, I don't know. But yeah, those inflicted seem to go crazy at the twilight hour on a full moon. Anything else Yeah, you know, you just let me know if there's something specific about it you want to know. Otherwise, like, that's the general knowledge. Like, you got that more than anybody, so you're familiar with what they are. I mean, if it comes up later, you can put down in your notes that you're familiar with lycanthropy and just kind of like note that you
Yeah.
did a researcher history roll and yeah, you hit critical on it. And then anything about lycanthropy as it comes up, we can definitely reference it.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, that way, you know, like I don't have to sit here and give everybody a lesson.
Come now, before the body gets too cold, we should probably bury it. It would seem the right thing to do.
Alright, so
Yeah.
as you guys are over here by the body, I need to know what Finrage, Viticus, and Koi are currently doing. Are you staying put, or is that where you are? Like, are you...
I was gonna say I like to. I'm sorry to interrupt.
No, go ahead.
I like to go to look at the boy's body. About how old does the boy look like?
Looks like he's about, I don't know, make a, let's see, not a nature, but just make an investigation.
Um,
I'm just sucking on these skill rolls.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say Mikuro will assist in the investigation.
Too late to assist. You should have said something sooner, but you can make your own roll.
I was okay.
Well, interrupt.
Fair enough.
Like, that's what you gotta do. Like, that's what we have to do. Interrupt. And do make sure everybody's using your character name for a little bit. Alright, so you both
Alright,
know.
I'm rolling advantage on that.
Oh, he doesn't want to be dumb, huh? Alright. So basically what he's doing, for those who are new to our channel, is he's been here for a while, so he can use his channel points to buy himself advantage, which he just done. And I am going to go in here and eat those cookie clusters that you have donated to Crimzu. And I will mark that as complete, and you may now roll again.
I got a crit.
You know, I should say no to that, because I didn't ask you to roll yet.
Oh.
Now roll
Well, you've been
again.
doing it, Scar.
That's the way I've been doing it. I haven't stopped yet. Now you can roll. You gotta wait until I collect. Alright, still pretty good. The boy looks like he's about 12.
I'm not too familiar with human aging, but he looks too adolescent to be considered tiny child, but he's not old enough to be considered mature. I would, if I had to guess, probably around 13, 12 years old.
Koi stands up. That's not what I'm looking for. Not the. That boy had been barely a child and attacked my family.
So, for anybody that's wondering, Mr. Draviticus is 5 off the map and chasing down the puppy.
Make an investigation.
You would be chasing the puppy, Javis.
Or would it be a nature to track?
It would be survival, to be honest, but I'll let you pick. Investigation or survival.
They're the same for me, so
Go for it.
20, 30.
Nice.
Alright, you're
Nice.
able to track it. You're able to start tracking it? Are you going by yourself, or is anybody going with you? Or are we sticking together, or am I splitting the party? What are we doing?
I don't know
With
what
them.
anybody's going with, but I'm trying to catch up with the puppy.
Alright, so...
Mikuro is gonna stay behind to bury the body.
Which I am going to
Synchro would
oversee.
be behind as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, shouldn't Venbury be doing the body burying?
I was waiting for everybody to get out of the way.
Yeah, she looks very clericking.
Yeah, you should just walk up there and take over. Like, these people aren't going to let you do it by yourself. You definitely got to get demanding, guys. I'm sorry.
Oh.
Yeah, just keep standing on each other. It'll be fine. Alright. Alright. Alright, Secret. Now you're being an
Oh,
asshole.
you're right.
Alright. As you're
Alright, we're done.
finishing-
We're done.
As you're finishing, or as you're starting to bury the body, as you start pulling out maybe a shovel out of your pack that you might have had, or something similar, or some way to start a burial, there's a thick fog that starts to brew inward. You find you guys' vision starting to get a little bit obscured. You can barely see about 10 feet in front of you, but you're still able to make out, most of you, where you are. Draviticus, this fog just rolls right on top of you, and you're starting to lose track, but the puppy keeps you open. And then eventually you kind of like keep giving chase until eventually you're on an open road that just came out of nowhere. The puppy keeps going down the road, and unless you say otherwise, you continue to follow after it.
I am not saying otherwise.
All right,
I
so
I'm
wanna-
following as well.
Yeah, I want to yell after everything that's happening. Draviticus, stop.
yeah. So
Whoever.
weird thing as you're, trying to get the body to go into the hole, it disappears. It's no longer where you saw it. You start to wonder, did I misplace it? Am I just blind? Am I just not seeing it? And through thorough enough investigation, patting down the ground where this body should have been, it's no longer there. And then you also go back to patting down the ground where you started working, and it's full, like you never did anything. The ground here has changed. If you guys would be so kind, make a perception check, and I'll see what extra information I can give you guys. And I definitely need Finray's there. Is that an 18 on Finray?
Yes.
So Finray, for you especially, the trees, their positions, at least from what you could tell, have changed. This is not the exact location you were in just a moment ago. You don't know how it happened, but you're not where you were. Everybody else, you're just blind as a bat.
Strange.
I guess I should make my perception.
Well, yeah, I said everybody roll perception. If you don't roll, I'm going to assume you didn't care.
I gotta try to find it. Bam!
Okay, there you go. And you also look around, notice that the trees have changed. They have become taller and longer, darker and more brooding. The fog has definitely thickened around you guys to where you can barely see. As I said, 10 feet. Now it's starting to get to be about 5 feet in front of you. And it doesn't seem to be letting up. You can tell the direction that Draviticus and Seer went, but for now you guys are realizing, or at least two of you are realizing, you're not where you used to be.
Mikro no like the fog is moving. It's moving us. Or are we moving within the fog? It's confusing. Mikro no like.
He looks to the cleric. Was this some sort of ritual? Did it go wrong?
I didn't even start anything.
Sensory system seemed to me acting up. What is going on?
This is completely different from where we were.
Trees aren't even of the same region either. It's like we're in a completely different continent, even though we've barely moved.
We should try and find the others.
Yeah,
Yes.
I keep
This
yelling.
way. They went down that path as well. He goes to motion, but I don't think that they can see it. But
Yeah. So do you guys kind of like go down that path?
We have no choice.
Yeah, I guess so. Guess we
Yes.
follow.
All right. So Draviticus and Seer, you kind of like catch up to each other, and then eventually you see the puppy about 20, 25 feet in front of you. And this here will kind of represent where you guys are currently on this map. And it seems to have stopped, and you're able to catch up to it.
I shall catch up to it and be like, "It's okay, boy. The creature is gone. You're safe now."
Hey, Draviticus,
Yes.
you notice something off about this place?
What do you mean? And then I finally look around.
Yeah.
I don't know. Something just seems off. I don't know why or how. Just something seems different.
You're right. I do believe these trees are not the same as was where we were.
Yeah, you guys start to realize some of the difference, and I think everybody in general, as you're slowly catching up to Draviticus and Seer, you manage to find a road that wasn't here when you got here. Like, you've kind of came from a direction similar to this, and those of you who kind of know the area are a little lost because this isn't where you were. But you are currently on a road here, and let me see if there's any information I can give you. What was it? Just double checking some information on my end. But yeah, you guys can have a conversation as I look things up.
It's
Our roll together.
Yes, you're
just-
all together. And okay, hold on. Here's your information. So black pools of water stand like dark mirrors in and around the muddy roadway that you're currently on. Giant trees loom on both sides of the road, their branches clawing at the mist.
I don't think we're in Baldur's Gate anymore.
Me could all agree. The land markings is too different.
My navigation systems do not recognize this area. It does not appear to be where we were before.
Even the trees are completely different.
Man,
Mr. Draviticus is just calming the puppy and waiting for the party to catch up.
Yeah, they're all caught up now. Animal handling for the puppy calming. And
Yeah.
as you guys are, we're about to go to our first break, so we're going to go on break here in a minute.
21.
All right, so the puppy calms in your hands, and you guys are now on this open road to where it might lead, you don't know. And we're going to go ahead and take a quick 5-10 minute break, use the restroom, get a drink of water, get something to snack on, and we're going to get right back into this as soon as we get back. Welcome to Barovia, everybody. And we'll be right back here in just a little bit. Yeah.
all right, cool, fantastic.
We did
Be
the
right back.
thing. We did the thing. We did the thing. So now let's get us something to rest on so we can come into this full speed, right? All right, so we'll be right back. Hello, everybody. We're back from our break. Hope that didn't take too long for you guys, but we're gonna get right back into our Dungeons and Dragons Curse of Strahd. So, we are currently
Oh.
on the road here, and you guys are. You have the puppy in hand. I believe I heard there was a fight about to break up about the puppy's name, but that's up to you. There are
I just
pools.
started calling it Max.
Mm. I do think that we would do better in naming it something other than Max. Perhaps something more profane, such as the wild beast of Evermore.
Synchro likes numbers. I suggest 0.
I like Max.
How about we just name him Dart and call it good?
Dart.
Dart.
Mm-hmm.
Call him Fart.
Next to Dart.
Sorry.
That sounds fine by me.
Because he darted away.
Oh, look at you! Making a good little pun.
So, question: do you guys plan to try to bed down for another camp, or you going to try to continue walking west?
Well, this area where we are right now, is it nighttime? Is it?
Yes, it's still the same hour in which you slipped into this region. Matter
I
of
think it would be
fact,
best.
everybody that
Well,
had
if-
bed rolls can just take that off your list.
If we are in a new position in the world, then we should probably try to find water first, as we do not know how long we will be here.
Well, my suggestion would be we follow this road. There's bound to be a town sooner or later, and plus, if we were to bed down right here, we would get run over by 80 carriages that came through.
Agreed.
That is true. Very
Plus,
well.
who knows what sort of wild beasts roam these lands?
Synchro will say out. Synchro can only alarm one more camp before I need to recharge. So if we do, make a good decision.
That will be fine, Synchro. We will not need your alarm this time. At least not yet.
Alright,
So-
camp.
I was just gonna say, all in favor of moving out, say aye.
I.
Aye.
I
I
So we're moving out.
Yep,
Aye.
looks like the ayes have it.
All right. So you guys continue traveling.
Because you should make like a makeshift leash with some rope. Dog.
Actually, yeah.
Yeah.
I have some rope.
I have rope as well.
Okay, I'll
Let's
make
do
a
it.
little makeshift leash. What do you think? Their star survival or what for making a makeshift leash out of rope?
You have rope. You can make a leash. I'm not gonna make it
Oh,
a
okay.
challenge check unless you want to make it something that's supposed to do something that it's not. Are you looking to choke the
Okay.
dog? Then I need you to make a noose.
No, I'm not looking to choke the dog.
All right. Don't get on me, Pettas. Like I have some weird people in my chat sometimes. It's not me. I'm just asking for a friend. Okay. Just saying. Not me.
I
Would
hate
never
it
do
when he says that.
Alright.
It usually means bad things.
At any rate, my friends, as you continue, an hour passes and you're just trudging along on this muddy road. Every so often you can hear in the far, far distance like the howlings of wolves. Not similar to the werewolf you just fought, but it seems more domesticated perhaps, or not as intimidating. Like it's definitely not like a bipedal wolf that's giving out a howl, you know? But
I
you
still
do
have
hear-
my weapon out.
Yeah, you do hear that in the far distance. But you continue to travel west, I'm assuming, right? Like, this is the part where I have to ask you which way you're actually going. The road continues west. Your previous camp was somewhere to the east. I don't know. But you're welcome to continue down the road as is, or if you want to test the waters of what's going on around you, you're welcome to do that as well.
I'm staying on the path and going west.
Does the path continue east?
It continues west. It does go east, but every step you take to the west, the mist kind of like comes in and just kind of like blocks the road as you keep, like it seems like the mist is following you. But to be fair, it's just like your vision stops and the mist is just blocking you because it's a mist. It's fog.
Right. Okay. Yeah, we can continue west.
Synchro agrees.
All right, you continue for 2 hours now. And the muddy path continues onward. 3 hours pass. We're probably looking at about 3 in the morning. 4 hours pass. You're still just traveling down this road that doesn't seem to have an end. We're at 4 a.m.
Should we go into the forest? It doesn't seem to be ending.
As you get to the 5th hour, the sun starts to come up, but it never seems to be enough. Like, it's a gray sky. The area around you, even though it's illuminated now, it's still darkened. And before you see a couple of gates blocking your path on the road that look a little something like this.
I would like to take a closer look at them.
I would like to as well.
Alright, let me go ahead and read this insert first. The fog spills out of the forest to swallow up the road behind you. Ahead, jutting from the impenetrable woods on both sides of the road, are high stone buttresses looming gray in the fog. Huge iron gates hang on the stonework. Dew clings to the cold tenacity to the rusted bars. 2 headless statues of armed guardians flank the gate, their heads now lying among the weeds at their feet. They greet you only with silence.
Is the gate open?
As you walk closer towards it, the gate opens on its own.
Before we continue on, my friend, I kind of want to take a look at these statues. See if there's anything more I can tell from them.
Synchro would also like to analyze this region to add to my memory bank.
I'll admire the beautiful architecture.
Nikoro doesn't think that we should stand around for too long. It is the more energy we take observing these statues, it is more time that we don't sleep. And without sleep, we get into bad positions without even realizing.
Alright, so
Synchro is not affected by these. He does not require sleep.
feel free to make history checks or investigations. Both will result you different things, so pick one or the other.
I would like to do a history with my researcher if I could.
Yep.
12.
I mean, I was mainly going for the people who
11.
were saying they were doing the checks, not everybody unless they all wanted to do the check. Like, I only knew 2 people who were actually saying yes. Yeah, this is one of those where, like, you have to actively say you're doing it before you just go ahead and roll the dice, because sometimes not everybody's ready for this. But
Sorry.
no, that's fine. These are ground rules. We're kind of like learning as we go, so it's fine.
If it makes you feel any better, my only intentions were to just give it a look over.
All right. So the architecture here. Let's see how we look here. For those who actually are knowledgeable. Yeah, Synchro, your studies doesn't teach you the history of these kind of statues. Like, it's out of your loop. But Mr. Draviticus, apparently, these architectures look like they could be close to 700 or 800 years old, but they were very well made. Yet, however, the weaker point of the neck broke off regardless. but the stone heads are still intact as they look in the ground.
I must say, very good craftsmanship, save except for the neck. I'd say probably 800 years these have been standing. But we should head on.
All right.
That was a long time ago.
All right. So at the gate, is there anything else anybody else wants to do, or are we going through? What's the situation?
Can I
Well, I'm
do a
done with-
history check on what I know of the? Never mind.
Okay.
Can I?
We
Yeah.
wouldn't know anything about this land because we don't know what this
You
land
don't
is.
know where you are, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Can I
never
roll
mind.
Can I roll perception to like look around if there's anything alive or undead that's shuffling around?
Who's asking?
Alikos.
Okay. Yeah, go for it. Make a perception check. You garner around the area, just kind of like taking in everything. You can hear the howling of direwolves still in the distance. It seems like they've always been a set distance from you, but nothing that screams out that you're being watched or anything close by. All you see
All right,
before you
let's
is
continue.
the open gate before you.
I think we should go ahead and head out now.
Yes, let's go.
All right.
And we'll start going.
All right, as you travel further into the region, as you all get through the gate, all of a sudden you hear the rusting gate start to come back in on itself as you get a little ways away from it, and it starts to close shut.
Ooh, excuse me.
Anything you guys
Well,
want to do?
I must say, it doesn't look like we're going that way anymore.
Well, it's not.
Yes, it appears the path is now blocked.
And it looks like whatever brought us here wants us to keep going forward.
Probably evidence from the mist as well.
I concur with you on that. Perhaps we should continue on.
Onward.
All right, so as you continue on, towering trees whose tops are lost in heavy gray mist block out all but the death gray light. The tree trunks are unnaturally close to one another, and the woods have the silence of a forgotten grave, yet exude the feeling of an unvoiced scream. Hey, this is an
Definitely.
These
interesting
trees
thing.
don't seem real.
All right, my friends,
Hmm?
what's your passive perceptions?
15.
13.
Give me just
12.
here.
So far, 15's in the
12.
lead. All right,
14.
14. Anybody beating 15? All right, who had the 15?
Finray.
All right, Finray, you catch the scent of death on the air. Probably makes sense that you would.
Familiar. It stinks of death.
Seems to be coming like off the road to the left of you.
I mean, honestly, in a place like this, it's to be expected.
Something smells
Something's
recent.
not right.
Like something's rotting.
Something is rotting, yeah. That's
Smells like a rot, some kind of rot out in that direction.
Do you wish to check it out?
Decay is normal.
That enough? Shall we continue?
So,
I mean, if it's recent, something probably killed it, so we should be careful. Or is that too much?
Well, I don't know much about the after effects of death, but I would say if something is decaying, then it wasn't very recent.
Well, I propose that we, instead of just walking ahead, perhaps we should go a more stealthy way. This would be a This way we are not ambushed whenever we move forward.
Synchro agrees. Stealth may be a good option here.
I agree with the bird and the robot.
I don't really know about you, but stealth is not exactly my strong suit, you see.
Neither I.
Then you could be used as bait.
That's fine.
Not this fun.
You're big and strong.
Well, that is true. Um,
So
hold
we're
on, I'm
just
trying to
gonna.
remember names right quick.
So we're going to ignore the rot, right? So we're not going to go see what's over there
Mm-hmm.
No.
because
No.
the DM just decided to point that out with a passive perception. We don't want to check that out. All right, cool. Just checking.
Yeah.
Everybody's scared already.
Of
No,
what?
I'm not.
A puppy?
I mean,
Come on.
I
Max
wanted to
is-
check it out.
Yeah, I mean, you're welcome.
I
if you wanna
mean,
check
the
it
DM's
out,
giving us
we
a
can.
hint. If you guys want to check it out, we'll go.
Yeah.
So what do you guys want to do? Like, you can still stealth, and you can go check it out.
Yes.
Yeah, I want to stealth up
Uh,
and go up.
All right. So who is
Synchro
stealth?
would definitely like the stealth.
All right. So yeah, make sure you use your first name. Like, I am still learning at least 3 of you. Like, I know some of you already, but 3 of you I'm still learning. So make sure you use your character's name so I can identify you faster, and everybody else can too.
Yeah,
I mean,
Rallic
I guess-
definitely said he was stealthing.
I guess
Ralikos-
Koi was.
All right. So yeah,
Koi
everybody.
was stuff as well.
All right. Koi is going to stealth as well. All right. I take it everybody's going to go in that direction. We're
Yeah, I
sticking
just
together.
can't roll over 10 on these skill
Yeah.
checks.
All right, not a problem. Not a
And
problem.
actually,
Hmm?
who has disadvantage on stealth checks right now?
Probably me. I have chainmail on.
Yep,
I-
that would give him disadvantage.
You already rolled it, so
Yeah, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Let's continue, shall we?
Well-
So yeah, some of you are quiet, some of you are not. Let's just face the facts, right? So
Right.
the
Mhm.
foul scent leads you to a human corpse half buried in the underbrush about 15 feet from the road. The young man appears to be a commoner. His muddy clothes are torn and raked with claw marks. Crows have been at the body, which is surrounded with paw prints. The man has obviously been dead for several days. He holds a crumpled envelope in one hand.
Synchro, knowing a good bit about lycanthropy, apparently now, I would like to go do an investigation on the body,
All right.
to see if I can connect. If it looks like it might be another lycanthrope, possibly.
All right. Go ahead and make
Nick-
an investigation.
I was going to make.
Oh,
Go ahead.
Mikado would like to check the envelope.
okay.
I want,
I was gonna- I was going to do a medicine check to see wounds.
Fair enough. All right.
Mr.
Medicine check.
Leviticus is watching the surroundings, making sure the party's not getting attacked.
All right. Got a medicine from Finray. Let me get a perception check from Dravos, and then I will get to the envelope here in a minute.
yeah, I would like to look around as well.
I have a 20.
Who's me?
Dravos has
Leviticus.
20.
And the
Yeah,
other guy.
sorry. Raul, Ralikos would like to look around as well.
Thank you kindly. That way I can. Yeah, I'm starting to learn your names. It's going to take me a bit, though. All right, so Ralikos, go ahead and make your perception. You don't see nothing. Draviticus, you can't help but hear the howls in the air of faraway wolves of some sort. But it's always been that set amount of distance away. Like, it never sounds like they're ever getting any closer. So at the moment, you don't think there's anything encroaching on you. However, unless anybody else does anything differently, Mikru bends over, grabs the envelope, and starts to read it, question mark? Or what are you doing?
He is going to both read it and memorize how it's written. That way, if he needs to forge the handwriting, he can do so.
So, would you like to know what's written?
Yeah.
Then I will show this to everyone. So there's the writing, and it says, "Hail thee of might and valor. I, the Burgermeister of Barovia, send you honor with despair. My adopted daughter, the fair Irina Kalyana, has been these past nights bitten by a vampire. For over 400 years, this creature has drained the life and blood of my people. Now, my dear Irina languishes and dies from an unholy wound caused by this vile beast. He has become too powerful to conquer. So I say to you, give us up for dead, and encircle this land with the symbols of good. Let holy men call upon their powers, that the devil may be contained within the walls of weeping Barovia. Leave our sorrows to our graves, and save the world from this evil fate of ours. There is much wealth entrapped in this community. Return for your reward after we are all departed for a better life. Kalyan Indrovich, Burgermeister.
Do you read this out loud?
I do not read it aloud at first,
Okay.
as for the first part, I'm just really taking it in. We are not in Baldur's Gate.
Where are
This,
we?
this is a land of Barovia. It is a death letter. I hail thee of might and valor. I, the Burgomaster of Barovia, send you honor with despair. My adopted daughter, the fair Irina Kolya, has been, for these past nights, bitten by a vampire. For 400 years, this creature has drained the life and blood of my people, and so forth, as he tests out what he would sound like
Mm-hmm.
for how it's written.
So, yeah, you guys hear him sounding off the rest of the letter as I stated earlier.
As he's reading that,
As he's reading
Go
it,
ahead.
let's go with that.
the medicine check.
Oh, yeah. This person was trying to escape from what you could tell, of course, right? Let's see. And wolves have been feasting on this creature, or this poor person. Let's see here. Does it say?
How long?
You assume that he's been here for about a week.
That makes sense.
And the letter itself has been dated 1 week ago as well.
A quick search to see if there's any like holy symbol that this person has.
Make an investigation. Did somebody else want to do something? Make sure you say your character's name first.
Boy, what's that loud? This place uses the same calendar that we use.
Yes. This was all in common.
It's an 11.
Yeah, he doesn't have nothing on him. He's been scraped clean. Like, this letter seemed to be the only thing of significance. By the way, the letter in his hand had a large B set into the wax seal, and the parchment is worn and flimsy, but you're able to at least check it out and notice that the letter was dated 1 week ago.
Mm-hmm. If no one would mind, I would like to keep on a hold of this parchment. It might do us good to have a idea of how the Burgermeister wrote. It could lead us to getting at least some sway within a town that this Burgermeister lived in.
You hear the howl
You
of
cut out
wolves.
Star.
It was the howl of wolves if you couldn't hear it.
Yeah, it kept cutting in and out on my end.
Howl!
Yeah.
Better?
Alright, so we
Don't
heard
get me
wolves,
wrong.
guys.
Don't get me wrong. I've had enough druids in my party to give me all kinds of voice acting for pets, but you know, damn
Mhm.
Yeah.
microphone.
These wolves
yeah.
have some bad connections.
Yeah, that's terrible. Like I'm trying to tell a
Uh,
story, and I was trying to interrupt him with the dire wolves. Anyway,
Mhm.
So, yeah, you-
Does that
wolves-
sound closer than what
yeah,
they have been?
They sound like they're getting closer to you.
I believe these wolves may be getting closer, my friends. We should be on our guards and start heading on our way.
Agreed.
I would think that heading. if we most likely will not be able to outrun them, so let's just try to cut through the woods and make a mad dash.
I don't think that's a very good idea. I guess we put it to a vote.
We do not have time for a vote. Those wolves are encroaching.
And if they are encroaching, being in the woods would be putting us at more danger because that's their
Oh, for
territory.
goodness sake, you're
As we
all
are on round
being
3 of this
children.
argument, what would you guys like to do?
I keep moving down the road.
We should go to the road.
So everybody returns to the road. Otherwise, let me know otherwise. Okay.
Yes.
Like, we don't have to
Bro.
make everything difficult, guys. Like, I get it. People want to do different things, but...
Mikuro is gonna try to hide in the woods in order to stealth his way across the woods in order
Make a
to
stealth
try to
check.
find some.
Make a stealth check. Alright, I already heard your intent. Just make that stealth check, because I
Yep.
will try to perceive you.
Synchro would like to try and make a stealth check as well.
Alright, my stealthy people. Let's see your stealths.
Oh, great.
Just the stealth to get back to the road.
Nope.
The robot and the bird are scheming.
Alright. You slowly start trudging along the road, staying into the shadows, the two of you. And the rest of your party's already on the road, and they're already traveling beyond. All of a sudden, the pair of you hear the wolves getting really close to where you are. You hear it howling almost literally at the back of you. And then all of a sudden, you turn, and they're staring right at both of you. And they start growling, and you see 2. You see 3. You see 4. And then you see a 5th one just kind of like crawling out from the back and then taking the lead. And they growl at you and seem to be motioning you towards the road. What would you like to do? There are a couple of options here.
Mikuro would slowly put his hands up. He goes to his pouch and he pulls out some raw meat and tosses it towards the wolf and backs away.
I see we're going to have to roll for initiative regardless.
Damn it.
Pulls out the turn order while you're still talking.
Yeah, I was popping that up there.
You
So-
carry raw meat?
I mean, most rations have
Yeah.
dried meats in them. Why is that?
So where are we putting our tokens for this? Just
Well, I don't know if we're going to get that far, but I want you just to imagine that there are 5 wolves about ready to bite you in the ass if you don't fucking keep moving.
well, we gotta click our tokens to do the
I know.
initiative, right?
Drag your tokens up right above B, okay? Yeah, we're gonna go deer to the mine, but if you're gonna be in this initiative, go up there near the B space and we'll figure this out, alright? So yeah, these 5 wolves just come emerging out of the forest. Unfortunately, everybody else is on the road, so they don't even know this is happening. Because you guys were trying to stealth, your movement was halved. So everybody else got to the road and kept going while the 2 of you tried to stay stealthy. Not even your own party knew where you were. But these wolves sniffed you out with a 22 perception.
Damn it, I forgot wolves have
Tactics.
No, not even pack tactics yet. But thank you for mentioning that, because that's the next step in this parade.
Oh no. You know how you said that there's gonna be at least till getting to the happy house on the hill? I don't think we're gonna make it.
Well, you have options, but you're not taking the right ones, apparently. Alright, I'm just going to have all of them go on 18, because why not? Until I get my API script fixed, we're not going to have them separate. So, Mikro,
Hang on.
you drop the ration. No, there's no hanging on. This is already in action. So you drop the
Oh
rations.
no, I know.
And they step over it. They don't even pay it any attention, and they seem to be growling as they continue to stalk towards them. What do you do?
Okay, you're not hungry. I'm just gonna. You seem like nice animals. I'm just gonna step out onto the road.
Okay. So you run away to the road, right?
Yes.
Alright, I will say they're holding their action as they get close to you, Synchro. What do you do?
I don't want to burn that spell slot. I can only do 10 feet. So, they already know I'm here. I'm gonna use this towards the road, make a shower of sparks come out from the road to try and see if I can get some people's attention.
They are ways away from you, and you can only do that up to 10 feet.
Well, how far is ways a ways? I
I'm
mean,
talking
because
about
it can
100
still be
feet.
seen.
They're about 100 feet away from you guys. Like, they've already moved.
So they
two
got
turns.
100 feet away from us in this little.
Yep.
Okay, see, I wasn't
Yeah, 'cause
aware
you
it
were
was
moving
that
at half
far
speed.
away when we tried
Yeah,
to
you
do
guys
this
were
stuff.
moving at half speed to maintain stealth. Yeah, so there you go. So you guys are 100 feet away from him. Your bird friend took off to the road. They don't seem to be going after him, and then they're like looking at you like, what are you going to do? So what do you do?
I'm gonna run out towards the road as well.
And with that, my friends,
And I'll make it as far down the road as I can.
you two immediately catch up with the rest of your group, realizing stealth is not the answer. And these wolves seem to disperse, but they still allow their presence to be heard. In the far distance.
Okay, so if the wolves have some sense of cognitive, they definitely want us to stay on the road.
I guess
Hey guys,
that's
why are you so
the
out of breath?
reason to stay on the road.
Yeah, why are you so out of breath?
We're so out of breath.
What? I'm
Okay,
synchro.
look at
does
you
not
and then look
breathe.
at
I
me.
am not out of
I'm
breath.
a 3-foot bird. Running 100 feet gets me out of breath.
Man, you guys look terrified. Did you guys see like a pack of direwolves or something?
Yeah.
We saw 5.
Crazy. Wait, what? Actually?
We saw 5. And
Huh.
the bigger one was an alpha, if I had to guess.
Let's see.
My 3-foot ass is not exactly wanting to die tonight.
Well,
You
then I
say
guess you
that.
stay with the party.
You say that. Alright.
So next time we stealth, we say how we stealth and don't leave it up to the DM, because I would have still tried to stealth along the side of the road. So I will make sure to keep that in mind next time.
No, side of the road still puts you at the side of the road. Like, that still puts you at half distance from your party. You're still not walking at the same speed.
Well, I will make sure to communicate with the party then.
Alright,
Hey,
yeah,
this is
that
what's
sounds
going
like a great
on.
idea. That sounds like a great idea. Do that. Do that. Do that. Let's see here. I need to find a couple of things. But you guys continue traveling for a little bit. So if there's like any conversation you guys want to have, it seems like you guys are being left alone for the time being.
So you really saw some dire wolves, Mikro?
Yes, 5 direwolves. They were really large, and they looked fucking hungry. But they also didn't exactly exhibit the wolf-like behaviors. They were intelligent. They wanted us to stay on the road.
That
There's a
seems
random token.
strange. Maybe they're being
Nothing.
controlled by something.
Nothing random here. What are you talking about?
So you two encountered a pack of direwolves and are still alive.
Yeah, that's what doesn't make sense to me. They're still alive.
They,
Oh,
I am
One of
telling
them-
you, I
one of
am
them-
telling you, this isn't even a deception check. I am telling you the truth. They are intelligent.
I don't doubt that, but the fact that you're still alive, Chicken Man, is
Yeah.
kind of surprising.
Yeah, they
Hey,
could probably eat you in one
he-
bite.
He ran and left me there alone.
Oh,
left
wait,
me.
And
Yeah.
you're an evil bastard.
you left our watchman behind?
Well, to be fair, I didn't expect a pack of wolves to chomp on the metal.
To self, I'm never gonna do watch with you.
as you guys are
But,
continuing down the road, you can't help but notice there are a couple of children out on the road, and they seem to be looking up a path that leads to a strange house at the top of the hill where nothing possibly could go wrong.
Oh great, what now?
I shall say, hello, children. How are you today?
There's you a picture of the handout.
Ooh, oh
The-
dear.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
After shushing the boy, the girl turns to you and says, "There's a monster in our house." She then points to a tall brick row house that has seen better days. Its windows are dark, its gated portico on the ground floor, and the rusty gate is slightly ajar. The house on either side are. Oh, okay, there's no houses on either side. And the windows are boarded. And yeah,
Uh,
go ahead.
Question.
Yep.
Coming back from the note, I know this is new, but it just dawned on me. Coming back from the note, it speaks of vampire.
Yep.
Do I know what that is?
Make a history check.
All right.
Nope.
No.
You have no idea. It's a fancy word that they like to use.
What
in
is a
the-
vampire?
So guys, do you think we should help these kids and get rid of the creature in their house?
I think
I am
first.
sworn to protect
No.
the innocent.
Hang on, hang
No.
on.
Slow down, people. We need to rest first. We are exhausted. We have been traveling for hours. If we do not sleep here soon, we will be.
Bro,
Sorry.
we understand you need rest. We understand. Star, can I make an insight check onto what the children said to see? Believe
Yeah, go
them.
for it. Go for it.
Yep.
Hold on a
Yep,
second.
you believed every word.
Could I make an insight?
I wanna make a check to see if these kids are like real. Hello?
I hear you.
Sorry, I'm being
Okay.
interrupted.
It's really quiet.
Go away! I can't go for you. It's already too late. Now leave. Leave, Dad.
Well, all of Twitch just heard that.
That was kind of awkward.
Damn it.
Oops.
Sorry about that, but I'm being asked to go
Sorry.
downtown, and I'm like,
Sorry,
I
we know.
yeah, like I got a history with him. Like this is what has to happen. I can't go. I'm in the middle of something. But at any rate, sorry about that. I thought I had that muted. Yeah, so you inside check these kids, and only Synchro said he was inciting these kids. And as far as
No.
I was, they're telling
Nope.
him.
Mikro did say he was going
Whenever
to.
I went BRB, I would not hear anybody else say shit. Now, you trying to do something?
Mikro is trying to figure out if that house looks boarded up, then why are these children living there? And that's why he rolled the insight.
Technically, I think this thing said the houses on the side were boarded up, so that's my apologies. That shouldn't have been said. No, they're not boarded up. My apologies. I made some adjustments here in case you didn't realize it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, would
at
the
any rate-
insight still stand, or?
The house looks livable.
Yeah, I also said that I wanted to make a check of whatever, or Ralikos wants to make a check of whatever you think is reasonable to see if these kids are like real.
What kind of check do you want to make? An investigation, perhaps, or?
Yeah, I mean, if they're magical, it's I'll roll investigation.
They seem real enough.
Okay. I want to ask the kids. Ralikos asked the kids. What kind of monster can you give us a description?
The
Is it-
girl kind of like holds the boy close and she tells you, I don't know what it looks like, but we've heard it. It has terrible howls.
Is it still dark, Star?
No, it's like morning. Like we're talking about 7 or 8 in the morning now.
Okay.
He goes up to the kids and kind of like crunches it down a little bit, so he's like eye to eye of the smallest kid. I take off my mask. Anyone else in the house?
The
Just you
boy
two?
looks at you for a moment and quickly buries his face into the girl, and the girl answers, our parents, They keep the monster trapped in the basement. They must be down there. We haven't been able to get to them.
Your
How?
parents, no other siblings or relatives?
The boy kind of like says, Walter, he's on the 3rd floor.
How long have they been down there?
Let's see. Just this morning. We've heard the noise and we rushed out here because we didn't know what else to do.
The noise of howling or another noise?
Yes.
I think we might need to take a look, my friends.
All of a sudden, the puppy in your arms jumps out and starts running towards the house.
I have the leash, and I will follow suit.
Not this again.
All right. So you and the puppy go
No,
towards the house.
Mikro no think going to house right away is good idea. You say, oh, we should investigate, but it is not an idea
Please.
that we should be doing.
Save our little brother, at the very least. And they kind of like cry into each other.
I'm sworn to protect the innocent. I will try my hardest to defeat this monster.
Mikro
And I
left.
follow
Innocent.
after Drabos.
Mikro does what Mikro does not want. He will walk towards the house.
All right.
Well,
Innocence is only something that can be feigned, my friend.
Koi,
Children are innocent regardless of.
I'm sorry. Koi, go ahead. You first.
Koi slowly puts his hand on the boy's shoulder as I put on my mask again. As I do our best to help your parents and Walter and follow suit to the house.
Does anyone else not think that this is a bad idea? I mean, we are just entering a land that we do not know, and we are helping children that we do not know.
As you try to
This has all kinds of red flags.
As you
It's
try to
hor-
reach for the child, they both jump back, almost scared of you.
It's
Um,
horribly suspicious. But they are children.
yes, we just saw
can't
wolves
not
in the
know.
forest. Why would these children not possibly be telling the truth?
Then again,
Maybe there's more wolves attacking the village.
that creature we saw earlier turned into a child.
Listen, Mikro, I completely agree with you. This is a terrible idea. But if there's a kid in there, I wouldn't be able to sleep at night knowing that we just let him die.
So you're
I'm
going to end
go.
up risking your skin for a kid that you don't even know exists?
Yes.
Why are
Yes,
they
I am.
fighting? The little boy mutters, It's okay. I'm sure they're here to help. Are
Girl,
you even here to help? And
Oh,
the
well.
girl said, Go ahead.
What's your name?
He has all kinds of.
Corey speaks to Mikro. Mikro, we saw a werewolf. We got teleported by fog. We saw a half-buried body. And a pack of wolves tells you to get back on the road. Of course, we're walking into a fight, but maybe a kid there. It's we have to do.
One is looking at obvious red signs. No one is. It is like
He's yelling
this
again.
is
I
a-
can't stand it, sis. Please make him stop. Please stop yelling, Rose says.
Mr. Draviticus and the puppy are like almost to the house by now.
Yeah,
As
you
I-
guys
as I
are
head
inside
towards
the
out-
Fuego. Go ahead.
Yeah. About Miko, you stay here with the kids. Make sure they don't run away. As I head towards the house.
Very well. I will stay with the children.
What is your name?
My name's Rose, and this is Thorn.
Rose and Thorn. Interesting
Isn't
names.
that just poetic?
Mhm.
What's the name of your brother?
Walter? Hold on, let me double check. I better make sure that's
Wal-
right. I think it's Walter. Let me check. Yeah, Walter.
Walter. Right. And where is he?
He is up
Third
on the
floor.
3rd floor. In the nursery.
All right.
Well, off we go, I guess.
Yes.
Yes. I have
I don't
followed
want your money.
Draybelch too.
Mute yourself, Sar.
I'm trying to deal with this. Sorry. I cannot go.
No.
Bye. Thank you. Alright. I'm back.
Trying to save you.
No, it's fine. At any rate, so what's the situation? Who's all going in? Who's staying outside?
Micro is staying outside.
And I think everybody else is going in.
Yeah.
Yes. I want to say before we go inside, I want to ask Mikro, if we need your help, will you help us?
If the case arises that you need my assistance, and I am somewhere that you can ascertain my need, I will come to assist you.
I need your assistance now.
Please, save
And
our
why-
brother.
And why do you need my assistance? The five of you should be more than enough to go in there and take out this creature.
I've
Take roll.
already seen that you're an excellent shot.
We could use your firepower.
Yes, my bow is not going to do much inside of a building.
Not with that attitude.
We should not split the party. I do not recommend that.
Above table?
What if
you
something
keep this
came
up,
out-
I'm gonna just throw you in there, buddy. Because I got
What if we go into this home and you're out here by yourself and something bad happens and we cannot communicate with each other?
Please, just save our brother. Is that too much for us to ask?
I can't see anything on the map. Sorry.
No, I know, because your character sheets aren't over there yet, so deal with it. Oh, hold on. Yeah, you put like 3 tokens down. Quit it. Alright, so it's not working good. It means I have to fix stuff. It's okay, guys. Continue.
Relico says, if Mikros doesn't want to come, Mikros doesn't have to come.
We will be
Not
fine.
enough.
Mikros
All I
will
say
go
is that
if there is bounty on the creature.
if you're out here and something happens, it's not our fault.
This is true.
Yes,
really
Mikro.
should.
At least stay on guard. Call or something if wolves come back again.
No, you're right. I might be. If this creature is quickly defeated, then we could get at least some rest. Though I'm starting to ponder it because the red flags are everywhere, and I can't get this irk out of me. You know,
Gaming, you piece of snot.
I'm not metagaming.
You know what this
Mikros
is.
is
You
just-
do too.
Mikro,
Get your
Mikro is just
butt
a
into the
cautious
house of
bastard.
good things. You know
Mikro
this
is
is a good
just
place.
a cautious bastard.
You're gonna be more than
I mean-
cautious when I'm done with
I
it.
mean, yeah, I agree with Mikro. He's completely in the right to like be hesitant.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
alright.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Being by
Kind of
yourself
terrible.
seems
so
suicidal.
I just don't want you to not be there when they actually do stuff.
I actually want him there when we need him.
So I'm just telling you above table. This is going to be your trek for the charity, you know. At any rate. So you're outside. Everybody else is going inside. We can leave them. It's fine. And I'm slowly giving everybody sight because apparently the legacy version works better than the new version. So we'll do that.
I can see.
Yeah, I'm getting there, guys. I'm getting there. I'm going to probably have to save these tokens, so I'll need to remember to do that at the
I
end.
can see. I can fight.
There you go.
I can see it's a miracle.
I still can't see though.
I'm working on it. Roll 20 is lagging. I don't know why. I don't have 100 things open like I usually do on Fridays. That's a lie. I guess I do.
Well, and to think that I just came to collect some ingredients and now I'm walking into a house with an unknown monster.
It's everything you wanted it to be.
Who knows? You might get more ingredients than you thought.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Creatures need to be destroyed.
All right. Leviticus is
I'm
over
doing
there.
it more for the kids.
For the kids, which is exactly what the fundraiser is all about on Saturday. So, for the kids.
That was
For
my
the
whole
kids.
point.
I'm stealing that from another group.
I
think
hope
it's
nobody
pronounced-
needs healing.
Me too.
Why?
I don't have any first level spells.
Oh,
I have healing hands, but it's equal to my level, so I can only heal you by 1.
Well, at least you can pick
I have
somebody else
healing
around.
hands, so I can heal you up to 5.
Oh shit.
Don't worry. I still have healing. One second.
Or no, I have lay it on hands.
I still have healing word.
There you go. You still got things. Alright, I'm just setting up everybody's light source, and then I'll probably resave these tokens and everything, and then we're just about to get set up for the final scene for tonight. Goddamn crybaby in there, I swear.
Who, your dad?
Yeah, like, I don't know what to tell him. Like I'm busy.
Right.
This is the thing I have to do. I don't get what he. Like, he wanted this stuff, he should have ordered it sooner. I told him this. He knows the rules. I'm sorry. I'm getting into real life too much. Let's not go there. Alright. So, everybody but me, Mikro went to the house, right?
Yes.
Alright, Mikro. The kids seem to shy away from you. They don't even allow you to get near them.
Miko is going to set up camp outside of the building. He's gonna get
With what?
like little. He has
You don't have
bedroll and fire
No.
starters.
No, you don't. Your bedroll's back where you left it.
Oh shit!
Hey, welcome to Barovia. Welcome to Barovia. Alright, so...
Can I see? Actually, I would like to do an active perception to see what's around me from the house on the hill.
well, make
If that's
Five,
allowed.
pair, 5 pairs of teeth. Hungry?
well, when you roll, let me know what you get, because I'm still working with Ace.
I rolled
What'd you get?
12.
Well, just the fog that's spilling in, kind of like encroaching right on top of you. Everybody should be able to see now, right?
Nope.
Yeah.
Seer, you should be able to
Seer.
see. I fixed your token. You should be able to see.
Do I have to
Koi-
drag my token on the board?
Right there. Do you not see this?
Oh, okay. There we go.
All right,
Yep, I
silly
see it.
goose.
It was just
I
all the
didn't
way in the
scroll
bottom.
down enough.
It was all the way in the
Yeah,
bottom.
Come on, you
Yeah.
cheeky people. I see how it is. All right.
Koi, are you
so-
sure that you're not wanting to stay out here because that fog is kind of intimidating?
I'm going in.
All right. So
I'm
hold on
going in.
before you go in. This is where I gotta pull up
Oh, okay.
I gotta pull up stuff before you go wandering in. So let's not get too far in. All right.
Side note.
Side note.
I'll
what?
just go right here.
Somebody was
If
talking.
you get into trouble, run inside.
Yeah, if you're scared, go inside. Pretty sure it's nice and warm inside.
All right,
Mhm.
let's see here. What we got? One. A wrought iron gate with hinges on one side and a lock on the other side fills the archway of a stone portico, which is where Dravos is currently standing, along with Seer. The gate is unlocked and the rusty hinges shriek when the gate is open. Oil lamps hang from the portico ceiling by chains, flanking a set of oaken doors that lead into the area. The grand foyer. So, you enter in? Don't go in. You gotta tell me you're opening doors because you never know. They might be locked, you silly gooses. Get your
Okay.
ass outside.
Sorry.
I'm opening the
I
door.
thought you said they were open doors.
Did I?
Yes, you did.
Yes, you did.
Oaken. I thought he said oaken doors.
Oaken,
Oh.
yes. Made out of oak.
It
'Cause if,
sounded
okay,
like open.
here's a rule. If you can't see past it, it's probably closed.
I'm
So there you go.
opening
Now,
the door.
So now
I'm
I
opening
opened the
the
door
door.
for you. All right, so there's the door that's open for you. Now you can wander in here. Sorry, guys. And hanging on the south wall of this foyer is a shield embolized with a coat of arms. A stylized golden windmill on a red field, flanked by framed portraits of stony-faced aristocrats. Long dead members. Okay, that's something else. Mahogany framed double doors leading from the foyer to the main hall are a set of pane of stained glass.
I would like to try the doorknob on this set of doors.
And once again, the door opens for you.
Wait, we never came up with a
You're not in
security
there.
word.
Oh wait, did you decide to come in finally?
No, he's calling through the door.
Security.
And I go right in.
Like
I follow
if
Draco.
you or I got in trouble while you guys were in there,
Pineapple.
Yeah,
Pi-
sounds like a safe word for it.
Pineapple.
Let's not use that as the
Peaches.
safe word. Yeah,
No,
peaches.
yeah, we
That's
can't
the
use
wrong
that.
one.
Pineapples.
Yeah,
are
just
good.
use apple.
I remembered it. I apologize about
No,
that.
that's fine.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah, I'm having a little too much stress too. Let's call it. No. All right. So, as you're trying to get this information from whoever's in the back end of the caboose of this party, the rest of the party has progressed into a wide hallway that runs with the width of the house, with a black marble fireplace at one end and sweeping red marble staircase at the other. Mounted on the wall above the fireplace is a longsword with a windmill cameo worked into the hilt. A wood-paneled wall are ornately sculpted with images of vines, flowers, nymphs, and satyrs. And I think that's it.
I kind of want to try this door north of me.
Could I do an
Let's get everybody
Arcana
together.
check?
Yeah, before we go any further in the house, exploring any more doors, let's find out where everybody is so everybody can have a turn. What's going on? Go ahead, Synchro.
You said the long sword was above the fireplace.
Yes.
I was gonna see if I could do an Arcana check to see
Yep.
if it seems magical at all.
Go for it.
17.
Has no magical properties to it whatsoever.
Okay.
Does the staircase go up or down or both?
Up.
Okay. I kind of look up the stairs. Can I see anything?
Just it goes up, but you can't quite make out anything unless you go further up.
Okay. Well, if anyone else wants to talk before I go up these stairs, go
Yeah,
ahead.
what are these?
Doors.
Oh, they're doors? Oh,
Yep.
okay.
Yeah.
Like I've been
Yeah, I'll
putting
hold off.
everybody on hold to make sure everybody had a chance to get into this main room before we advance.
Yeah, I'll hold off opening off any doors.
All right, Fenray, are you
Um,
doing anything? Are you entering this room, or what's going on? Fenray, are you muted?
Yeah, he's muted.
He is muted.
What was? I'm sorry. What
Welcome
what
back.
happened?
We just want to make sure you're
Hey.
entering the room. Like I'm trying to make sure everybody
Yeah,
gets into the main
I'm
room
sorry.
before we go any further, because I don't want to leave anybody behind that's actually progressing the story. All right.
Yes.
All right, so as you're in this room here, you can start to explore a little bit further. So if you want to open a door, or if you want to try to go up the stairs, we can start to do that. So, should maybe we roll initiative just to kind of like, because everybody wants to go off on their own. I want to make sure everybody has a turn. So go ahead and click your token, roll initiative. This is just to kind of like, to see who does what first. All right. Synchro, is there anything else you're doing besides checking out that sword?
I don't sense any magic from it, but I would, without touching it, I'd like to do a perception check on it, just to basically look over it and see if I can discern anything, maybe a coat of arms or anything extra about the sword.
Yeah, go ahead and make a perception. It just has like a windmill cameo on it.
Said a windmill cameo.
Yep, that's about it. It's worked into the hilt. The
Okay.
only distinctive thing you see there. There are wooden paneled walls nearby that just kind of like catch your glimpse because they have weird images of vines, flowers, and nymphs and satyrs on it. But yeah, is that it for your turn?
Yeah, that'd be all.
Alright, moving on, we have Vinray. As you enter into this room, is there anything that you want to do in here? Before Dravo advances the story against our will.
This is a door, correct?
Yes, it is.
I'm just going to open it and look in.
Alright, let me see about opening that for you. So,
Because they said the brother is on the 3rd floor,
right.
and there's a monster in the basement.
Alright, so
Okay.
here before you, this oak panel room looks like a hunter's den. Mounted above the fireplace is a stag's head, and positioned around the outskirts of the room are 3 stuffed wolves.
Just gonna call out trophy room.
Alright, anything else for your turn? Do you want to go in or look at anything
Yeah.
in particular? Alright, feel free to move.
I'll go in and
Yeah,
I guess
as you-
investigate.
Yeah, as you enter in, I could tell you a little bit more. 2 padded chairs
Okay.
draped in animal furs face the hearth, with an oak table between them supporting a cask of wine, 2 carved wooden goblets, a pipe rack, and a candelabra. A chandelier hangs above the cloth-covered table, surrounded by 4 chairs. 2 cabinets stand against the wall, and the east cabinet sports a lock. Okay, there you go. That's everything.
I'm thinking I investigate just to give it a quick search.
Alright.
Sweet.
You dirty 20.
Yes.
I'm not really looking for anything in particular, just anything that looks out of the ordinary.
Yeah, just that locked cabinet catches your attention. Other than that, this room is pretty descript on everything that's available before you.
Is it this one right here?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna keep it in mind. Give it a look over.
Alright.
And that'll be it for right now.
Fair enough. Dravidigus.
I would like to open the door north of me.
Okay,
If up is north.
Yes, up is north in this case, I guess. Let me get to the right layer so I can get that for you. Here, let me get that door for you.
Thank you. And I would like to step in.
Go ahead. And I can read to you what we see here. Alright. The centerpiece of this wood-paneled dining room is a carved mahogany table surrounded by 8 high black chairs with sculpted armrests and cushioned seats. A crystal chandelier hangs above the table, which is covered with resplendent silverware and crystalware, polished to a dazzling shine. Mounted above the marble fireplace is a mahogany framed picture of an alpine vale. The wood paneling is carved with elegant images of deer among the trees. Red silk drapes cover the windows, and tapestry depicting hunting dogs and horse-mounted aristocrats chasing after a lone wolf hangs from the iron rod bolted to the south wall.
I'll just turn to the party and be like, dining room. And then I'll come back out.
Okay. Next up is Ralikos. What would you like to do?
Oh, right, first I like to just walk in here, take a look around.
Yeah.
Okay. Want to walk around here.
Whenever they come in, I'm just gonna repeat. It's trophy room.
Yeah.
Dining room.
Yeah. So I want to take a look at this wall right here, like the wraparound. And I say these two doors are weird that they're placed so close to each other. So I'll try to open this one here.
All right. Okay.
What's in here?
I'm about to tell you. Let me get up here. A cloakroom has several black cloaks hanging from the hooks on the wall. A top hat sits on the high shelf.
That's weird.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah, I'll that's all I want to do for now.
All right. I want to put on the top hat. All right, Koi, what do you got for me?
Door.
Uh-oh, your mic is very, very low.
I guess I'll go to the door and open it.
Okay, which one are we opening? Oh, that door is already open, so you can see the dining room that was there earlier.
Yes. I'll start slowly going up the stairs, I guess.
All right, you move up to there, and let me go ahead and let you know what you see here. So here you see, as soon as I get down here, characters who climb the red marble staircase to its full height come to a dusty balcony with a suit of black plate armor standing against one wall, draped in cobwebs. Oil lamps are mounted on oak panels, which are carved with a woodland scene of trees, falling leaves, and tiny critters. Anything else you want to do?
I guess I go to the top of the stairs and just stop there.
All right. Seer.
I also go up to the stairs looking for the little boy that they were talking about.
All right, so you're pretty much following him, and same description. There's a.
So I move over here and open this door.
Hold on 1 second.
Star,
What?
has anything happened to the children while I've been out here? They've been exploring inside.
They've been hiding away from you.
I would like to try to find them.
Like they're cowering away from you. Like they see you and they just kind of like make their way away. Like they're not trying to go out of their way to get away from you, but they're definitely not standing near you.
What
Okay.
seems wrong?
Well, here's the thing. We're about to go ahead and call it a night after I do this.
Oh.
Not to you, but to Seer, who walked right by this armor. Does a 16 hit?
Yes.
You take 5 bludgeoning damage as the armor filled with cobwebs comes to life, and this is where we're going to start our adventure Saturday for our Curse of Strahd. So, dun dun dun.
So I should be
Nope.
right here then?
Nope, go up one.
Fancy.
Go up
Go up one?
To
Yep,
be
yep.
continued.
And I will show you the token that just bit you in the butt.
Ooh. Okay.
Dun dun dun. And
Dun
there you
dun
go.
dun.
So
Okay.
yeah, like I know you want to talk to the kids, but the kids are being scared away from you because you yelled. And this is where we're going to pick up the game next Saturday, or this Saturday, for our charity stream, everybody. So join us Saturday, 12 p.m. We'll be the first ones up and the first ones out. We're going to play some more of the House on Top of the Hill that nothing possibly could go wrong. With that said, let's see what else we got going on. So that's Wednesday and Saturday taken care of. Friday is our open role play where we play D&D with anybody who wants to jump in. We are starting over, so it's going to be a level 1 campaign starting out. So if you want to jump in on that, we will start making characters as soon as 3:30 p.m. Central Time, and the actual stream starts at 5 p.m. So even old veterans have to come in and make new characters. So new storyline, new arc, and we're going to have a lot of fun in the Ethereal Bleed, and we're going to be waiting for Saturday to determine where we wind up, because there's a special event that has to happen. Thank you so much for the sub there, Saji Bear. And if somebody donated that, Saji Bear got a free sub. There you go. Well, 5 others too. Well, I guess
Star?
that's going to be busy. Hello? Oh, 5
I'm gonna stream after this. So if you want to send your viewers over,
Yeah, I don't know. Are you? I don't know.
Well, there's
I
already
can
been a
buy
Drake.
the raid the stream if you want.
There's already
I
been
think-
a Drake and Memoria
Yeah.
bought.
Oh yeah. Somebody already claimed our. Yeah, I think somebody
Oh,
already
okay.
claimed it for tonight. Yeah, Dragon Memorial is already in there. So we're gonna raid them after we get done here. Thank you for the sub to our community there, Moonbeam. All right, so yeah, join us this weekend. Sunday, if you subscribe to our channel, like how Moonbeam just gave out a free sub to somebody, they can link their Twitch to their Discord, and then you'll be able to take that free sub and turn it into a free game on Sunday at 12 p.m. I do a sub-only roleplay game on Sundays. So you can make me go through all the shenanigans in the world. You pay me to put up with it. Let's do it. Monday, 7 p.m. is our Elsperia Trails to the Past, and we'll keep that one going for as long as we can. And then Wednesday, once again, join these guys, 7 p.m. Central. We're going to go right back to Barovia, and looking forward to more and more of this atmosphere. Yes. At any rate.
For the sub.
Yeah, I think that's everything. Well, with that, my friends, I will complete the battle when it's time. So if you're still going to play some of that with us, Stream Raiders, be my guest. But we're going to go ahead and cut out of here. Say goodnight to Twitch and Facebook, my friends.
Good night, Twitch.
Good
Good
night.
night, Facebook.
Guys.
Hey, guys.
Good.
Facebook as well.
Have good night.
Good
Good
night,
night,
human.
Twitch and Facebook.
Flo says goodbye.
Micro says good night.
And with that, my friend.
Mr. Dravinicus says good night as well.
Let's go with. Where'd he go? There it is. And with that, do you hear the call? Didn't work. The chaotic calling. Thank you. Why did that not work? Hello? Yeah, I'll fix it later. It's all good. Yeah, there was a big update anyway. All right, let's go raid him over at Drake and Memoria.